didn't watch porn. I thought that if you did porn, you had to do everything. I didn't know you could like pick and choose what scenes you want to do. You can just bang girls and get paid. I didn't even notice that it was being filmed. I was just really excited to lick pussy.
Do you just not give a fuck?
You know, some of my family doesn't agree with what I do. Some of our friends, you know, but I don't care. If you're not okay with it, that's fine, but I'm not gonna change who I am. It's a very incestual industry. Everyone's worked with everyone. Everyone fucks everyone. I go to set and I fuck a girl and then I have a drink with her and her husband and then I fuck her husband the next day. As long as it is two consenting adults in a safe environment, what about porn is so bad?
I think it's just miserable consent power, isn't it?
We are in control. We make more money than men. We're living our best life, getting the best dick. Like, how is this something that you cannot like? There was like this phase of parodies and they were just all so bad, but so fun. You would do the Matrix?
I would like to be Neo. And then I come, and then it's coming towards her face, and she goes,
avoids it. Yeah.
And then she stops the droplets.
It could be in slow motion, and you could, and the girl could be like,
and then just one droplet catches her on the tit. She's like,
You would say, oh, I had a great podcast today. And we would say, oh, how was your anal scene? Oh, it was great. Oh my God, he got all 12 inches in. I got pile driver. He was just plowing it. And it was great. He came all over my face. Like, that's a regular conversation. I like being choked and fucking slapped across the face.
Right.
I fucking love it. But if someone that doesn't know me could be watching my porn and be like, oh my God, poor her. I'm like, I'm fucking in heaven. This is awesome. Like, spit on my face. Like, you know, whatever.
I'm kind of curious, like, how long in a day you would spend being a cam girl?
I would have a goal amount of money that I would want to make, and when I hit that goal, I would be done.
Like Uber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like Uber for my pussy.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Dani Daniels.
You're so big.
Yeah.
Does everyone say that when they meet you? You're just a giant human.
Ricky Gervais just kept going.
A bit wary of me to start off with, wasn't he?
Yeah.
We warmed him up though.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast, Dani Daniels. One of my favourite porn stars of all time.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, your top three, easy.
Okay, don't ever tell a person that. It's not a good way to start.
Is that a bad way
You're like
to start?
not the best, but you're top three.
Yeah, I mean, Brian doesn't have...
It's hard with porn though, because it's like a switch shop, isn't it? There's so much... So you very rarely settle on one like the whole time.
We've booked some massive guests in our time. Now, we've had huge people on, like, you know, do you know who Robbie Williams is?
No.
Yeah. Do you know who Ricky Gervais is?
He wasn't big in America.
So massive, though. I mean, he watches, so...
He'll know that.
I've seen Brian go, got Robbie Williams on, got Ricky Gervais. The other day he went, ha!
I'm sorry.
Got Dani Daniels on! And then the rest of the day he was literally going...
No, but
all day. It was.
Was it that face?
I can imagine. You know when you make that face weirdly because you're getting excited over having one of your heroes on.
Yeah.
I can imagine you as a baby. So that's quite sweet, isn't it?
I feel like you came out as a baby with a beard, like just full on.
Yeah,
I was always big,
covered in that creamy stuff.
What?
You know when you have a baby and it sort of all just comes out like covered in that.
I've never had a baby before.
Sure.
So wonderful. I'm more nervous than usual. Is that coming across?
It's definitely coming across.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
You probably have to change the grade in post just for the redness.
Yeah. You are a little red.
So right, you are not. You're a cam girl now. Is that right? Would you call yourself that? Because you do a lot of cam soda.
I do. Have you been in my rooms?
Never. He looked at me so disappointed there. What are you doing when I'm not podcasting?
I want to know what the product Cam Soda is.
All right, so can you explain that for someone who doesn't know what it is?
Cam Soda is a campsite. Do you know what a campsite is?
I know what a campsite is. We've had.
So it's a cam company, campsite company, and so I am contracted with them to only cam with them. So I only do my website, which is DaniDaniels.com, shameless plug, and I do my premium Snapchat, dailybush.com, which he likes the bush.
You mentioned.
Well, yeah.
And then I do cam. So,
right. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider myself a cam girl though.
No, you've definitely gone way beyond that.
I started doing cam and stripping, and then I did porn, and then doing cam again. So it's kind of. So have you taken? Because obviously you're married now. Your husband's actually in the room, which makes things. Yeah. Is that why you're so nervous?
No, definitely not. It's just because of you. No offense. So are you now not doing porn now that you're married?
I only do it for my sites. It just coincidentally I got married shortly thereafter. I didn't really make an announcement when I stopped shooting for other companies because it wasn't really my style. So once people started to notice that I was no longer shooting, they also noticed that I was getting married, but it was like a 2-year delay. So
you do still do some shoots like that?
Yeah, just for my site.
All right.
Yeah.
Are they self-funded?
I'm selfish.
I know this is a weird question. Do you fund most yourself, or is there like another party that goes, we're interested in doing this?
No, I have my own production company.
Because let's be honest, you got like Performer of the Year and stuff. Like you went to the very top. Do you know what I'm saying?
I was the best dick sucker.
You're the best.
You two are so similar. And
then another dick sucker came and took my trophy away.
No, but let's be honest. If you're going to do something, you want to be number one.
Yeah.
Is that the Ballon d'Or?
Yeah. That's a football award.
Just for
a huge gold thing. But anyway, so you got to a point where now you're your own business. Like, you know, you've made it in that way. Like what was the experience? Like, how did you even get into porn for a start? Like, how does someone? Because obviously, like, everyone likes sex, but not many people go, be good getting paid for this. Actually, do you know
it was kind of an accident. I went to art school and I was stripping to pay off my school debt. And I've told this story so many times, so I'm sure someone's heard this that's watching. But
we don't care about
that. we've got a mad audience.
I was dancing one night and I heard someone say, talk about a girl porn star, and I have always seen myself as bisexual. So I didn't know. I didn't watch porn. I thought that if you did porn, you had to do everything. I didn't know you could like pick and choose what scenes you want to do. So I was like, you can just bang girls and get paid to bang girls, and they're tested and it's safe. Yeah, sign me up. I'll do that. So it just kind of
I've heard that
happens.
Like, a lot of people are doing that, even more so now, like as in like they're at uni or college or whatever, and they're doing like sex work in order to pay stuff off. Now obviously there's a difference between stripping, but it's becoming really common that.
I mean, the stripping was to pay off school, but I have to be. The porn was selfish. I just wanted to bang girls.
Right,
fair play.
I was just happy I was getting a check at the end. So, but yeah, I think a lot more. It's more accepted than if you're stripping on the side or camming on the side. It's like, oh yeah, that's no big deal.
Camming has become like so normal.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
What? I'll be the normal one here.
It
isn't. All right. Not everyone's
you'd
going.
Be surprised.
Hang on, let's get it out. That's not the way it works.
It's becoming like popular. Really, a lot of people do it.
You mean more and more people are doing it?
Yeah, because the internet's
I'll be honest.
over,
I feel like if it was very popular, I'd know one. I don't know any.
Well, we've had one on the podcast.
Yeah, 2 now. So, but I don't know. You know what I mean, though. So it's not like everyone is doing it.
I'm not making out like every single woman is doing.
Yeah, it's not Pokemon cards. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just to be clear.
I'm sorry. Oh fuck me.
Yeah, all women are doing it.
Yeah.
No, but it's more common, at least I think, compared to maybe 10 years ago.
I'm kind of curious, like how long in a day you would spend being a cam girl, or like how long you spend doing it per day or per week.
I think it depends on the person.
So what about you? How long do you?
I would have a goal amount of money that I would want to make, and when I hit that goal, I would be done.
Like Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like Uber for my pussy.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You're a fucking hero.
It's true.
That's getting clipped up in the intro.
Right, okay.
I'm telling you now. I fucking love that line.
Thank me later. It is like Uber, because I know Uber drivers, when you chat to them, it's a very similar chat really. Yeah. One of them did actually say it's like Uber for my pussy. And they just go, I make a certain amount of money and then I just clock off.
Yeah.
And I guess you can encourage...
Sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's 8, sometimes you don't hit your goal.
So depends. How do you make more money? Is it you just do more and more stuff?
I think building your social media and your following and doing a good job, you get returning customers, and
you're an entrepreneur, like in that way though, and you've found a way to use what you've got to make what you want to make, and now you're doing this Amazon Prime show, like you're crossing over like very few can do. Actually, was that always the goal?
No. I had this really bad habit of working too much and taking on too many projects because I get bored easily. And so I wanted to do a show that kind of showed people that porn is a job, and we work a job, and we're regular people, and we go home and there's funny stories involved. And so I was out to dinner with one of my girlfriends and we were swapping stories, and my husband was you would say, oh, I had a great podcast today. And we would say, oh, how was your anal scene? Oh, it was great. Oh my God, he got all 12 inches in. You know, I got pile driver. He was just plowing it and it was great. He came all over my face. Like, that's a regular conversation. There's nothing.
It's normalized.
Yeah.
I've watched a bit of the show. Definitely, that's normal.
Yeah. So I wanted, it's funny and fun, and I wanted just to show the personality side, you know, with porn stars.
The main reason people would not do porn, like, because there might be men and women sitting there watching this thinking, oh, it sounds like fun, but it's like the judgment of the parents and things like that. That's what puts you off. Like, it puts a lot of people off a lot of things, that worry of what people think. Do you just not give a fuck?
When now I do not give a shit. No. I didn't really plan ahead. Like, I was just so excited to fuck women that, like, I was 21. Like, I was young. Like, I don't want to say I was young and dumb. I was just young and excited. And then
but when you get on your first shoot, can you sort of talk us through what you were feeling? Because it's excitement, but then at some point were you a little bit nervous or worried what was going through your head?
Reality.
I think there's a lot of people that want to get into porn because they want to be porn stars. I got into porn because I wanted to explore my bisexuality. So for me, I didn't even notice that it was being filmed. I was just really excited to lick pussy. And it sounds like it's supposed to be hot, but like I was just stoked to be there. So once the scene was over, I would say maybe I had a moment of like, oh, that's going to be on the internet. But I didn't care.
Why didn't you care? Like, what?
I don't want to live my life based upon other people's opinions of me. Right. I'm going to do whatever I enjoy and whatever I love. And if people don't want to like it, I don't care, because I go to sleep at night and I love my life.
Right.
So,
but obviously in order to love your life, some people say there's like requisites that you need. And I'm not trying to like nail you in any way here. It's just sort of like, I'm curious.
Yeah. Good
choice of words.
Sorry, I don't work in the porn industry.
It's normally my job to be nailed.
Brian's never said to another guest, I'm trying to nail you here. So the side that I'm sort of interested in is like how, you know, the family side of it. Like, did you think about, what's your relationship like with your parents? Like,
I have a great relationship. My parents are separated. I was actually raised by 2 women, and I have a good relationship with my father. You know, my family, I didn't think about I didn't have a fear of my parents finding out because I didn't think that far into the future.
Right.
Probably irresponsible on my part, but that's just the honest truth. And when they found out, there was a moment of, they were afraid, like for some reason my mom thought I was going to get into drugs. I think that's kind of the stereotype of the industry. Like, we're all in robes and doing blow off each other's assholes. Like, but it's not the case. And so once she realized that I was in it and I was safe and it was a business, and she saw that where my head was at, she was okay with it. I wouldn't say she was for it, but she supports me.
Do you think your upbringing sort of helped you to approach that?
Yeah. Like sex, I grew up in a household where sex wasn't not talked about.
Right. Do you mean as in, obviously not sex between parents, but like you could ask them questions?
I could ask my mom anything.
Right.
And it was never, I was never in fear of talking to her about anything. So maybe that had something to do with it.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Orange County, California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking. I'm curious. Sorry.
I live in New York now, but I grew up in California.
Okay. And you spent, and then obviously you were in the porn industry in California as well, which is where it's sort of famous for being based anyway.
Now it's a little more between Los Angeles and Vegas, but.
Do you remember where your first shoot was and what it was?
Yeah, it was for, everyone's going to be like on Google as I say this.
I would love to do the Google tracking after this is fucking dropped.
Now.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
It was my first girl was for Reality Kings. It was actually 3 women and me, so 4 in total. And it was, I mean, like the sex was a blur because I was just excited. I was like, who wants to sit on my face? Like, I'm happy to be here. But
his face. Oh my God.
So,
oh, fuck me. This is great.
Yeah.
And how much
were you paid? Can you remember how much you were paid for that with interest, or would you rather not say that?
I'd rather not say, but at the time I don't even think I knew. I think I was just, that's cool. That's just an added bonus.
Right.
That's a 21-year-old.
Have sex with 3 beautiful women, and I had to do 0 work to get there, and we were all tested, and it's all safe. Like,
what point was it going to men then? From there, was it long before you were like, oh fuck it, let's try the whole lot?
I think about 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
I want to say. Yeah.
So you did purely just lesbian?
Just girl. Yeah.
That's a long time.
What tempted you? Because 3 or 4 years sets a bit of a trend, and then
I
suddenly...
actually didn't want to do boy girl, and then a lot of male talents are a little bit irritating, and I like to have a connection with my partner, and it's easier for me to connect to women than men. But I would.
Why are they irritating out of interest? Can you tell me some specific things that have bothered you
They're
that
trying
they've
to put
done?
the bloody cock in your vagina, bro.
No,
That's irritating, all right?
Honestly, that doesn't bother
That's
me.
so irritating. You just fucking stop.
No,
I mean,
are they a bit weird though, the men?
I don't like cocky men that much.
Good choice.
You know, the ego sometimes gets a little. You know, if a guy comes in the room and thinks that I can fuck whoever I want, I'm not fucking you.
Yeah.
Right.
Just out of spite.
Right.
But
Unlucky.
I'm not like that.
No, he was really nervous.
There
I
you
know,
go
right?
then. See?
Yeah, when he greeted you, you went, oh, hello.
Fuck off.
Yeah. But are no women like that in the industry then? So, because women can also have an ego in the
They
same way as men
can,
can.
but it's easier for me just to tune that out because of tits and ass.
Wow.
Right.
I mean, that's just,
All right, so you lean more towards women then
Yeah,
than men, would you say?
It's easier for me to have sex with a woman,
And not have that mental connection.
than a man.
Okay.
Like I can appreciate a woman just for being beautiful and her body and just being happy to eat her pussy. With men, I have to somewhat connect with them. I don't know why that is.
Because your husband's quite feminine, isn't he, to look at?
Can we, just to explain, he's a manly man.
He's
just for those
one of the
women.
most manly men I've ever seen, all right?
Yeah, he's a Sicilian from New York. Like,
Okay, that
and
makes sense.
He looks exactly like.
Starting to regret my choice of words there, so yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just me personally, I needed some sort of connection with my male co-stars. So I would be on sets and would meet men and be like, I guess I could fuck that guy. I guess he was cool. And then I compiled a list, which is actually, I don't think had ever been done in porn before. You can have a no list, but no one's ever had like a yes list. So I was like, here's 10 dudes that I'd fuck, and that's all you can pick from. And
All right, so you work with them over and over again, sort of thing.
Yeah. So.
And how did you know you met them around? Or
I would meet them on set. Like if I was shooting, there might be a scene after mine. Like maybe I had a girl scene in there, and there was a boy-girl scene after, and there'd be like a male talent on set. I'm like, oh, that guy was actually kind of cool. Yeah, he's cute. He had a nice cock. It stayed hard. That's doable. I'd add him to the list.
Right.
And, maybe I meet another guy at like an industry event or somewhere else, and so I just kind of compiled this wish list of penis.
What?
So
This is fucking.
We've all done it.
This is so when you're like, let's say you're
Let's be absolutely clear.
penis wish list. Hashtag.
Yeah.
Let's say you're on set though, because we only see the bit where the movie starts or whatever, and everything's perfect and that, and all the edits done. You said about a guy who can't stay hard. What kind of issues have you seen? Has ever been like where you're just being like, the guys went, fuck it, it's not going to happen? Or,
yeah, it's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And never with me. Yeah. No, just kidding. It has happened. Sometimes, you can have a bad day. It's not, sometimes a guy will come to set and he's just like, it's just not, I don't know what it is. It's just not a day. So you have to call the scene, come back and reshoot it, or get a different guy in.
You hear all sorts of stories about they injecting their dicks with stuff. Like, is that real? Does they actually?
Some guys do, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Have you ever? That just sounds really painful.
That really would never occur. Like, I don't care what the fuck's going on. I'm not putting a needle in me dick. Like,
right.
What about you? No.
No. I'm just sort of wondering, like, whether that made you almost like forbidden fruit in the industry. People are a bit like, I want to be on.
You want to be on the list, don't you?
Almost.
For me to say this sounds very egotistical, but yes.
Right.
Because it I don't know how to say it. It's a very incestual industry. Everyone's worked with everyone. Everyone fucks everyone. Like I go to set and I fuck a girl and then I have a drink with her and her husband and then I fuck her husband the next day. Like it's not, there's not really another industry like that.
Is that weird though? Does that cause a bit of, because if you're friends with a girl, are you a bit like, I'd rather not work with your husband because
sometimes
it can fuck that friendship up?
Yeah, sometimes.
Has that ever happened?
Sometimes. For me, sometimes.
Yeah.
It just, like, there was a girl in the industry I would work with all the time, and then when I started doing boy girl, I knew her husband from her, and it was weird. I was like, I can't work with him. Like it's just too. But then I have friends that I fucked both of them, and then I got to know them, and then that was fine. So just every situation is different. Every person's different.
Talk about that list as well. There's some girls who, like interracial is obviously a big thing in porn. You held off for a while. Some girls never do it.
I held off because I don't like the term interracial.
Right, okay.
I understand that it's necessary for searching. Like MILF. Like, if you're looking for something, you have to, you need a category. But I don't like a lot of interracial porn because it's very racial, and it's just not something that I'm into. So I held off for a really long time, not because I didn't want, like, I love Prince and I wanted to work with Prince so bad, but I was like, I just can't.
Prince.
Yeah. He's dead. The one you're thinking about.
I'm just thinking that's all other
Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Not that one.
No. But
he was bloody talented as well, though.
He was.
Credit to him.
He really was.
Got no idea how big his dick was.
We miss you, Prince.
Apparently had a
Do you want to know? No,
great pancakes.
But I held off for a really long time because I just wasn't okay with the situation or the scene, or I waited until it was something that I agreed with. I didn't want to leave the industry and be like, God, I wish I didn't do that. Yeah. So everything I've ever done, I'm proud of. You did Black. Their editors actually watch this podcast. Shout out to them if they watch. They probably watch it. They've been in touch. Did you not know that? No, they've messaged me.
Who? You just said you did Black, and then
Black.
They watch.
Black.
The Blacks watch.
It's Blacked. It's a porn.
It's a company.
Okay,
yeah,
they're high level. The editors watch this.
I started that company.
Credit to you.
So
sort of. Yeah.
The share price has just gone up.
No, but it was cool. Like, when I did that movie, it was fantastic because I could write in my contract like there will be nothing racial, no saying interracial, no saying I'm gonna suck your big black dick. Like it's not my thing. I didn't want to do it.
So did you
always have to say?
You have to say things like that because you'll be on camera and they'll want you to say it, and then you're like. Then you're in this weird situation with a dick in your mouth, like, I don't want to fucking say that. Yeah. Where do I go from here?
It's like a political talk all of a sudden when you're supposed to be shooting sex.
Yeah.
Does anyone sort of dispute that? Is there anyone who sort of goes, fuck, you think you're too good for that? Like, does anyone...
There's always going to be opinions, but I don't fucking care. Then don't hire me.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I don't do anything I don't like. Yeah. I don't do anything I don't agree with. Right. So, and if you have a problem with that, no harm, no foul, but I'm not the person for you. Mm-hmm. There's a line of girls that will suck a dick that will do it. I won't. So.
Which makes sense. It seems you understand the power dynamic quite well, which is something that...
Well, women are the bosses in that industry. It seems from the outside. I guess apparently men don't get paid as good or whatever. It's ironic. There's equality.
I know, and then feminists hate, not all feminists, but a lot of feminists hate porn. I'm like, I love porn because it puts the woman in... We are in control. Mm-hmm. We make more money than men. Mm. We're living our best life, getting the best dick. Like, how is this something that you cannot like?
Yeah.
Is that might actually be the only industry going where women are clearly more paid than the men. Maybe modeling, like mainstream modeling, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with it, but that would be my other guess. But
yeah, I mean, I guess my reading of that would be that's because I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really know enough about porn or the industry in order to comment on it, but my reading of that from the outside would be that it's because it sometimes does reinforce stereotypes that men like about women, and therefore, of course, they're going to value the women within the industry.
But I think that a lot of women look at, not only women, but I think a lot of women look at porn and they're like, oh, that poor girl. I like being choked and fucking slapped across the face.
Right.
I fucking love it. But if someone that doesn't know me could be watching my porn and be like, oh my God, poor her. I'm like, I'm fucking in heaven. This is awesome. Like, spit on my face. Like, whatever. But people see that. Like, a lot of people see that as like, oh, poor her. It's like, no. I'm in the situation that I enjoy. I am controlling the scene. I am controlling the situation. I can say stop at any time.
Yeah.
I choose not to because I fucking love it. Some of my best scenes I'm crying in. And if you look at that and not
very
knowing...
emotional.
Yeah, but it's like the best. Have you ever cried when you came? It's awesome.
Right. So what you're saying is you've actually...
Have you?
All I'm saying is, have you actually...
He's so uncomfortable right now.
No, I'm not uncomfortable. I'm just trying to actually chase this like down a hole. Is like...
I'm sure you are.
Do you... So then you're saying then that you came so well that you actually cried because you were emotional about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
On set.
Yeah. In a scene, in many scenes.
Okay. And so is that something...
Is that unusual or is that quite normal?
It's kind of unusual.
Yeah.
Because if a girl cries after sex, it's normally really...
Like if I cry, like I feel like if I went home with a guy and cried after sex, like it would freak him out.
Right, no, tell us.
I don't know.
He loves it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's just my, me personally, I love it. And so I've worked for scenes like Kink. They would have to stop the scene and check in with me because they'd be like, are you crying because you're enjoying this, or do we need to stop the scene?
Right.
So I had a girl cry after sex once, but it was because
is it because you were on top of her and you're fucking huge?
I mean, I'm a lot bigger than her. But she was arranged to be married, and she felt like guilty about it.
Yeah, that'll happen.
She was an Iranian, wonderful looking girl, though, I tell you.
So you were fucking her before she was getting married?
Yeah.
Sort of like a Hindu thing.
It was her last hurrah.
Definitely
it was fucking great.
Was it?
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
I think I remember you saying you like hairy. But that's fine. So
she had a bush.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. See? You just I don't know, guys with beards like bushes.
Is that a thing? Do you think we like the match? Sort of
that's what I think.
Twins.
You like to link up.
you don't go, oh, twinsies.
When you're down there.
Weird.
I have thought that before. I have actually thought that before.
Really?
Yeah. I do. I like bush.
You're getting a Brazilian on your face.
Well, that was when I first started watching Dani's videos, was because English Rose looking girl, like, because I like the girl next door look, but also
what did you call it? An English Rose?
An English Rose, yeah. Like, you look like the girl who would live next door, sort of thing. Like, quite. You don't look like a porn star. I don't think you look like a blonde bombshell porn star type.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I like Bush as well. So then I followed you on the Snapchat. I didn't even care about Snapchat, but I was like, she's getting her bush out every day on
You're downloading Snapchat.
I'm sorry.
I'm downloading Snapchat. I'm setting up an account on Snapchat.
I think you got locked out of Snapchat at one point. I was like, what the fuck's the point in this then?
Sure.
I deleted it after that.
Really?
I do have a Snapchat. It's sucking all the D. Shameless plug.
There you go then.
Genius.
Sucking all the D. Follow it now. And you also got locked out of Instagram.
And I also did Vine when Vine was a thing, and I would just go on. Like, a lot of like my fan base that's followed me the longest knows me because I would show my bush every day in like an unflattering way, and I'd be like, "It's my bush," and I would like sing this stupid bush song. I don't know what I was thinking, but
I had Vine for that reason. I only had Vine for that reason. I remember. I wasn't following Logan Paul, was I?
When I was shooting, I had a bush, and I was one of the only girls, and everyone hated it, and everyone wanted me to shave it, and I get all these hate comments.
Why do people not like
She's
bush?
so fucking hairy, and I'm like, fuck you. Now all I'm gonna do is keep it the entire time,
right? So
just to be spiteful.
What's wrong with bush though? Like, why is it not okay? I think it's lovely.
It's more common now, but I feel like
Iraq.
I feel like it's like people. In porn, like people didn't have bush.
It became unfashionable in the 2000s or something, didn't it? Like, because when I was young, we had the porn magazines. All the women had bushes. So in my head, bush was the good thing. That was what I was looking forward to getting when I was old enough, you know. But then all of a sudden, by the time I got there, no more bushes.
Yeah, everyone started shaving. I like bush. That's why I like bush, because I think women look more feminine with a bush. Just personal preference.
It's also like, without getting too. It's more mature. Like,
we're learning a lot about you.
It's more womanly, rather than nothing, because that's a bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Infantilizing.
Womanly. I like womanly bushes, Lawrence. You're learning a lot about me today.
Similar to Moses.
Got to be. Yeah, the burning bush. Such a weird reference.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So, tell me some of the weird things you've had to do in porn where you've been like, I can't believe I'm actually
invoice for 60 days.
I can't believe I have a dick in my mouth on the internet. That's a thing.
What? Say that again.
Well, that's not a hard thing to sort of. I suppose it is, but it's not a hard thing to.
What?
No, I was just messing with you, but
yeah.
It's.
Do you done like? Wait, you don't do anal, right?
No.
Why is there a reason? Is it just uncomfortable?
I don't like it in my personal life. I never did anything on camera that I didn't enjoy in my personal life.
Some girls, I think that's kind of mad how some girls can take insane amounts of cock in their ass, and then other girls they can't take anything.
Yeah, like don't fucking come near my asshole.
Yeah. Right. But then, to be honest, I think anal's overrated, by the way, because it's like you've got a perfectly good hole that's designed.
But some women enjoy anal sex more than vaginal sex. Yeah. Some women love it, and I think if you love it, then do it on camera and enjoy yourself. Yeah. But I don't enjoy it, so why be miserable for everyone to see? Because if I don't enjoy it when the lights are dim, why am I going to enjoy it with a camera 3 feet away or 3 inches away?
Would you say because I've seen you do both. Well, you say you're more submissive or dominant?
I am dominant with women and submissive with men.
All right.
Why?
Usually. I don't know. Right. I don't know. Well, I don't really like women telling me what to do.
None.
I like to tell women what to do, so that's
so
just
much in common.
a personal thing. And with men, I like being submissive. I like being subservient. I think it's just sexual preference.
Do you think there's like I'm not trying to get like Freudian or anything, but do you think there's like a reason you like that?
What do you mean, like upbringing or something like that?
I'm not going to say upbringing, but do you think there's like a personal preference or reason, or like, do you ever think about it in this deep level, or are you sort of like trying to remain away from overanalyzing it?
If I was to think about it for like 5 seconds, maybe because like I'm very masculine.
Right.
I like to smoke cigars, drink scotch, play golf.
You're gonna love him.
Like I dress feminine, but most of my friends are men. I'm just like a masculine woman with a bush. So maybe, and because I see women as sexually, I enjoy tits and ass. I want to touch them. I want to pleasure them. So maybe that's why. I don't know.
Yeah.
If that was a guess.
Is it common in the porn industry for women to be a bit more like, I guess in England we'd say like more like lads, like a bit tomboyish type thing, or are they really? Because to me, the concept of having sex without being emotional is more masculine than it is feminine.
Well, there's definitely emotion.
Really?
At least for me.
Have you seen people, did you ever be involved with any of the guys? Like, did you ever get romantically involved?
Oh, yeah. I was a serial male talent dater in the industry.
Is that a good or a bad thing to do?
It became like comical. It's easy to date in the industry. I didn't want to date outside the industry because I go to work every day, and although we're all tested, you are putting your health at risk. There, something could happen, and I didn't feel comfortable dating outside of that bubble, and especially with someone that wasn't performing. And then when you're on set, it's just easy because you're working with a guy, he understands your job, he's tested, he gets that you go to work every day and suck a dick and that it's, a job, and it just makes dating easier.
The dynamic of it, I guess, has changed.
So I tended to always date male talents.
Was that a good or a bad idea in retrospect?
Probably a bad idea.
How many? You dated do you date any very famous porn stars?
Yeah. I don't want to like call them out or anything. No, yeah. But I mean, yeah.
Well, did it ever get like jealous? Like
there's a little bit of jealousy.
So if you come home and you've been with a guy who he knew and he's like, oh, was it then? Do you know what I mean? Was it a bit like that? Or
like if a guy, like if I was dating a guy and there was somebody that he was insecure of because maybe he was a better performer, he was like, how was it with so-and-so? Or for me, I would be the same way. You know, if I knew that my boyfriend was going to set and working with a girl that he was into, I would suck the shit out of his dick when he came home just to show him who's boss.
Really?
Even if he was knackered, even if he was already like
no, I'm establishing my dominance. I am peeing on your leg. Come here.
Territorial sort of thing.
That's I mean, kind of video.
I would be lying if I said I wasn't jealous at certain times, but I think it's somewhat healthy.
Though, because in that industry, I don't know, you have to be so comfortable with who you are to get on camera and do that. And I do respect that, like, especially the dudes as well, because, like, you've got to be fucking delivered straight as soon as they say and go.
Yeah.
And to then mentally still get a bit insecure is mad.
But there's also things that, like, people don't think about, like, I don't know, it's just relationships, and then could you imagine if your partner does the same thing as you, works in the same office building, and then you all fuck each other every day? The drama on top of drama.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You see, so I don't want to work with so-and-so. I don't know, I have to work with my friend's ex today. Is that going to be okay? Is that going to make my friend upset? Even though it's a job, it's like you're trying not to get emotionally involved, but it's so difficult not to sometimes.
Does it go quite messy?
In what way?
Well, like relationship wise, like you're ending up if your friend, has your friend ever said to you, don't go and do a scene with him because I used to date him?
I can only speak for myself because I don't everyone handles it differently. There's people that are married in the industry that are very happy. Yeah. And there's people, in the industry that don't want to date. So for me, it could get messy at times, but it was nice being with someone that got it, because a lot of guys, if you date outside the industry, don't understand it. So at least
if you're getting involved with a porn star, though, you have to be so like self-assured, cool.
A lot of guys think they can handle it. Dating a porn star would be awesome. She loves to, but then when I leave to go to work every day, can you really handle it? When I go suck a guy's dick that's bigger than you, can you really handle it?
Because the whole industry is sort of built around acknowledging that everyone has sexual desires, or a majority of people have sexual desires. A lot of people want to act on those, and so you're sort of playing out a lot of those fantasies.
Mm-hmm.
But the denial side is almost the lack of emotion that a lot of people who watch porn attach to those things.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, and naturally, some people who have sex will become emotionally attached.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's the dynamic in the whole industry, right? Like a denial.
Mm-hmm. Because we are acting.
Yeah.
You know, I don't fuck Uber drivers. You know, I'm not fucking the pizza guy.
But
I am.
She's got standards.
But I am fucking
I think that's the reason.
another actor that is enough for some people. Even though, you know, it's like I am fucking someone, but, you know, it's not these storylines.
It is so different than normal, though.
Kind of lame
like,
storyline.
Normal life, though. Where, like, I mean, most men want to be lied to when we say, so how many guys you've been with then? And,
You think so?
And what's the biggest dick you've ever had, though? And like, so it has to be.
Do you ask that question so they go?
Do I fuck?
Do you ask that question and go?
I don't care. I genuinely don't give a shit.
Do you know what I say when
Really?
men ask me that? I've fucked more women than you have.
I mean,
Right.
there you go then.
I don't know.
There you fucking go.
This guy's pretty prolific.
Okay, so
Guaranteed, I have fucked more women than he has.
I mean, I would expect so.
Guaranteed.
And better than you as well.
I mean, I would agree, I would probably expect so as well.
Right,
She
okay,
is a
fair,
woman. She's got the equipment.
I will
She
fucking
knows
free
more
to
than
follow
me.
you. Sorry, that's an art joke. Anyway.
So like no, but men, we like to. I think men are so insecure generally, like naturally, that they want to feel like the biggest and best and all the other.
course.
And literally, the guy that you're now with, he's got video evidence that he knows that he's not the biggest and best, and he knows that you've had
How do you
a
know?
lot of
Maybe
men.
he is.
Maybe
I
he
mean,
is.
maybe.
Yes.
No, I don't mean
Sicilian
him
from New York. Fuck off.
specifically. I mean, let's be honest.
No, but I get it, like-
If a porn star marries you, you're fucking good. Let's no doubt about that. Fair play to him.
Or emotionally, you're attached. Those two people are attached. You found someone that you love. Do you know what I mean?
I love him, and he's fucking great at giving me good dick.
Right.
Of course. You
That's
can't-
why I wouldn't have married him.
That was very much part of the vows as well.
You can't go from a Ferrari lifestyle to an Uber. You know what I'm saying? It's clear.
But I understand, like,
Congrats.
men want to. I mean, I'm not a man, but I'm assuming men want to feel like they're the best. They want a woman that's like, you're the biggest, best cock I've ever had. I've only had one other cock, and it wasn't as big as yours. That's what they want to fucking
Can we
hear.
clip that up?
Just to be absolutely clear, he zoned everyone else out in the room at that point.
I try to avoid the eye contact and not make it too weird.
No, I could tell. I thought it was unusual.
No,
for
it's
him.
fine. I
Yeah, it's
would've
like that scene in
appreciated it.
the one with John Travolta. You're very like him.
You're actually but you are an actress, like specifically in that. Like, how often do they in porn? How often do women have to fake it? Because you seem quite like real. Do you know what I mean? Like, I usually believe it when you're coming.
Poor innocent
Because
Brian.
I am coming.
Right.
No, but I would imagine.
I'm not a faker. Some girls fake it. I'm selfish. I didn't want to give my scene partner the satisfaction of thinking they made me come.
Right.
So that's all real.
So if they don't, do you sometimes say nah, like you need to do
No,
this?
so like if you watch my scenes, like sometimes I'm like humping someone's leg. Like I will get off whether you like it or not. Like
Do you can kind of?
I'm selfish, and if I make you come, I'm fucking coming.
Mm-hmm.
But you're performing, and I enjoy it. I come, but I know that I'm playing to an audience. So maybe instead of smothering a girl's face with my pussy, I'm turning it a little bit towards camera. But I'm still enjoying myself.
Mm-hmm.
And do you get better at sort of working out what looks good on
Yeah.
camera as you go?
Yeah.
Do you think you were good or bad when you first started?
I don't think I was just like in La La Land. Like
Right.
I don't really watch my scenes, but if I see like a GIF or something on Twitter, I'm like, I was enjoying that.
Right.
I didn't even know there was a camera. You could have left. I wouldn't even notice.
Okay,
So.
that's interesting.
So you know what we talked about the cameras being in the room. Can you are you at a point now where you can almost like direct yourself, sort of thing?
Now I can.
Right.
When I first started, I'd get yelled at a lot. They'd be like, "Dani, you need to open up. Dani, you need to open up. Dani, open up." But like they would I would get in a lot of trouble because I'd be so into it. I'd be like, "Oh, okay, I have to hump this way," So, it's
Interesting.
porn.
I mean, that's mad.
It's
Okay.
comical.
And I
This
love
is
that
why I
you-
have a TV show to talk about these.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because
that's
people
what's-
think
Dinner with Dani. Check it out.
Is it on?
Shameless plug.
Is it Amazon Prime? It's on.
That's on Amazon, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I seen you had Alexis Texas on there. Who's
Another one of your
She's one of my top 3.
Oh,
Right,
she
okay.
beat me out?
No, I said top 3.
One
I
of the
didn't
phrases.
say, I can't choose. Do you know what I'm
Why?
saying?
So why don't you just name your top
Is
three?
it,
We'll
do you
say
have like
it, tell
different
your top
moods,
three.
different days?
Well,
Like today's an Alexis day.
When it's your time of the month,
Today's-
who do you like?
no, I definitely no. But the thing is, though, like I think as a younger man, I mean, you get like porn girlfriends who you just keep going back. You know, like
I've heard
there's
that
a
before.
guarantee with this one.
Do
know
you
what I mean?
do you have like a trail like from 20 to 22 I liked this person from 22 to
I do,
like
actually.
ex-girlfriends but
Yeah,
with
I
porn.
think so. One of the first I remember watching was a woman called Flower Tushy
Oh yeah,
because she was like just absolute filth. To be
she
honest,
was your first.
And was that her real name?
She was one of the first.
That's-
'cause
yes,
She
that is
wasn't
her legal name.
She wasn't as pretty as some of the other, but she was just unbelievable.
Attainable.
She was a squirter as well, which is always fun to watch.
Water pistol. Interesting.
And then sort of you move on, don't you? Move up. You move
Just
on.
gotta break up with her and move on to the next
I
one.
really,
How'd
I
you
did.
break up with them?
Sometimes
You just-
I say on the
Do you
thing,
see her
I'm
in the
like,
sidebar and go, oh,
we had something
Right.
something special.
yeah, you can't block her in a way.
She's oblivious. She's not on social media though, so I can't even follow her.
Good
do
for
you
her.
know?
You can't even stalk her.
I can't even
oh
be
my
like,
gosh.
you know, like her photos or anything. They're not there anymore. But
So again, we're just looking for that top 3.
to be honest with you, it's the 2 I've named. And
Are
then,
you jealous that I fucked Alexis and you haven't?
Yeah. But like, but I don't want to take that away from you because I'm glad that you had that
Moment.
that coming together. Can
Okay.
we? I don't want.
She's
I don't
actually
want you
the
to
only
undo it.
woman that has sat on my face and I legitimately could not breathe
Mm.
and I had like a moment of fear.
She has a huge butt.
Yeah, for those of you
Massive.
that I don't know, her ass is like just it's and it's dense and fucking heavy. So she sat on my face and like it was like I could not. Usually when you eat a girl's ass, I don't know if you're an ass eater.
Right.
You don't
right.
really seem like the type, but
I think you might surprise me.
Usually-
He's a dark horse. This one.
usually you can still kind of you're an ass eater for sure.
Completely.
You can
Guilty.
definitely
Even with that
get a little bit of air circulation. With her, it was like I had to hold my breath, and she's the only woman I've ever fucked that was like that. It was insane, but awesome.
That makes sense.
It's a fun feeling though. It's a fun kind of. If I die, that's how I want to die.
That's literally what I thought. If I go out,
Yeah.
this is going out by being smothered by Alexis Texas's ass.
That's a death of a champ.
Definitely fine with that. This is okay. This is a good way to die.
Can we get her on at some point? That would be great.
Sure.
She hasn't got her own talk show.
No.
It's not really. But you've got the
Really good
personality
social
though
media.
to carry a chat show and that, and you've got Sophie D on there as
Yeah,
well.
Sophie's-
She's one of my. She's in top 5. She's not quite 3,
Ooh.
but she's up there.
Pass
She's
these
English
on.
Oh,
actually.
she's so cute.
Yeah.
I love Sophie.
I follow her as well.
Okay. And then
You don't
so
know who she is.
no, but I'm
You're not really a porn guy though, are you, Lars?
Not really,
How
no.
come? How did that never happen to you?
I just don't really think it's. I don't know. I guess I grew up in a family where it was like the more feminist-leaning people, so they were just wasn't really something I ever thought of. And I think for
So
some,
as soon as I discovered the internet, oh fuck me, I was straight on it.
I can imagine that.
Aye.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
feel
It was the
really
first thing you
sticky
searched for
laptop.
as soon as you got. I had
filthy.
WWE wrestling and I had porn. That was what I was watching on. The,
Never get those two mixed
you
up.
know, well, yeah, they pretty much were at that time because that was
Yeah.
when they used to show the boobs in the wrestling and that.
Have you
Right.
seen the wrestling
Triple H
fetish
still does.
videos? I feel like that would
Is
be right
when
up your alley.
No, so I haven't. I've seen some where the women wrestle each other and stuff, but then they're not as hot as.
He
like,
took a breath. Did you notice that?
but because they're not as hot as like proper porn stars, are they? A lot. of
They're
the
all
time?
porn stars.
Are they?
Yes.
The ones I've seen weren't as good.
You're not you're not doing the
Yeah.
right ones.
Well, so
Yeah.
in porn, this is one thing that did sort of happen is because if you haven't seen like Larry Flint versus the People, like porn's got a really cool history of like entrepreneurs who are fighting like government and all of that. But at some point when the internet came in, it felt like the money in the industry seemed to take a crash. Do you ever hear a like conversation about that amongst porn stars of the good old days, or how was it viewed?
I got in when the internet was kind of like already going on, but I've heard that from people that like girls used to be paid better, the per scene rate used to be better, but I can't speak from experience because I wasn't in the industry at that time. But I personally think that the industry is just evolving, and some people don't want to evolve with it. now girls are in so much more control of their brand and so much more control of how they want to make their money. There's so many different avenues now where that's why I started shooting for myself, is because I got tired of just taking a check. I mean, we don't get residuals. There's no SAG in porn. You know, you get a check and that's it. And then they're making
make a lot of money,
off your scenes forever. And like, I'm not saying that, you know, Brazzers, Reality Kings, Digital are bad, because they're great. I love them. They gave me the opportunity for so many different things. But that being said, I love being my own brand and shooting my own scenes and making money on my website and having a constant stream of income that I'm in control of. Yeah, you know, doing scenes that I want to do.
I actually feel very similar about YouTube. That's the weird thing, because YouTube's the same. But I've just got my clothes on.
It is quite similar, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could take your clothes off. It probably wouldn't end well, but
I mean,
you know.
I don't know.
I don't know. We've got some weird people who watch us. Maybe some of them would like that.
Yeah, I mean, I get the feeling there's sort of like a small minority, but a high-paying small minority.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I do think that's on the back burner for us. If my podcast goes downhill, I'll just
inevitably.
Cam boy, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Could I?
You could.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Have you? I'm still sort of curious. So
I'm not too proud to wank off for money. I just want to put that out there right now. I would do that. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Right now.
I mean, lads.
I'd pay for the show.
Sure. I love how the only thing was that there were other men in the room that would stop him from doing that.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's the presence of other men that would put you off masturbating.
Really
I feel
would,
like most
right,
it
of
would
course
be
it would.
mostly men watching you.
Yeah, I definitely would. I mean, let's be honest. I'm the bear, aren't I? That's the thing that men on the gay world go for, isn't it? Big.
On the gay
bear.
world. Yeah.
That's what they like.
Did you say on?
On the gay world.
In the gay world.
Welcome to being on the gay world.
Have you ever done anything with men where they were touching each other?
No.
You seem a bit disappointed when you answer that.
Yeah, I didn't really get cast for stuff like that.
Have you ever done anything with a man's butt?
I mean, I'm sure at some point I did something with someone's butt. I don't really remember.
It's like a blur.
I did do 2 dudes at once, but they weren't touching. Oh, I did do, I love Spanish men. I had...
Do you mean Spanish?
I could see
or
the
Hispanic?
flashback.
Spanish from
Right,
Spain.
okay. That's weird, can I just say? Because, yeah, Spanish men aren't.
No, because there's 2 male porn, Ramon and Tony Ribas, and I did a boy girl with them. And I would always do this thing, and it would piss off my male talents, but I just loved doing it. And I would like, whenever I was doing like a double blowjob, I'd be like, now kiss. And I would like make their penises touch. And like
playing with My Little Pony or something.
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
thing.
And
Right.
it would just to be an asshole, like just purely because I'm a total cunt.
And
but
it'll wind them.
I'd be like, boop. And then they'd be like, oh, don't do that. I'm like, but if you put them both in a girl's butt, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
So I did it with Tony and Ramon once, and I was like, boop. And they both literally went,
Right.
And they didn't even
fucking play. And then I
We're
started going
Spanish.
like this. And then, yeah, they didn't care. I was like,
Yeah.
I love them. I love Spanish men.
Yeah.
No, I'm
European
thinking
porn stars are the fucking best.
I'm thinking
Because they
of-
don't give a
Why-
shit.
right.
They don't care. They're like, yeah, whatever.
Spanish men. Rafa Benitez would be proud of them. That's
What
it.
did you say?
It's a footballer, we know.
You don't want to go down
it's
that
fine.
route. Yeah. Don't think of it.
So
But there are a lot of men obviously also on set. So
Yeah.
there is kind of like and people always talk about getting camera shy, those sort of things.
Yeah, I mean, gangbangs are always really awkward. I always hear, I never did one, but I always hear stories like, there's always one guy that can't get hard. There's always one guy jerking off in the corner. You know, one guy's getting more attention. It's kind of, yeah.
What's the most amount of men that you
Just
attempted? 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
just 2.
And was that a challenge?
I only have
'Cause
2 holes that are usable, so anything more than that, I can't really do anything.
it seems a challenge, that, because I've seen some women struggle.
I kind of felt like a pig in a luau the entire time, honestly.
They love them.
You've got some real way with words.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you ever?
But I did. It was like I did it and it was fun. But I prefer like one partner or a 3-way, because or a 3-way with a man and a woman, because 2 men, you're just like
Is it
playing
almost
6
like an
instruments.
athletic thing?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just that you're trying to give one person attention, and then when you're the other guy's not getting attention, so then you have to go over here, and then you're like, just fuck me from behind, and then you're just a pig in a luau. This is the only way to make everyone
It's a great
happy.
analogy.
I seen one the other day with a girl in a boxing gym with 2 guys, and by the end I was like,
How'd you get
It's-
down to
it's-
that?
I was like, what the fuck?
What do you search to find that, Brian?
Boxing gym.
Boxing gym.
No, it was. Maybe it's my other Google search.
Yeah.
I've just started boxing lately.
Yeah.
But no, it was really a challenge athletic. They had her like upside down.
Yeah,
and all
sometimes
sorts
you're
of
like
shit.
bouncing on one. Like you have to like be. Everybody has to be coordinated. It's like this weird sex dance that you do because you're bouncing on one, but then you're like have to stroke. I don't know if I'm allowed to be doing this on YouTube, but you have to
cool.
stroke
Do whatever
with the
you want.
other hand. You know, so it's
YouTube have got bigger problems than us right now. To be honest with you.
so it's like a dance.
Weirdly, paedophiles have saved us today.
All of a sudden we're like YouTube are pushing us like fantastic content, lads.
Put it this way, as long as we don't target YouTube kids, we're good.
Yeah.
So,
top of trending.
so
no.
do you ever think of the end user? Do you know what I mean? Or does that sort of...
What does that mean?
Like
As in the guy watching you.
The guy watching...
Because on
at
Camp
home
Soda,
all day.
can you see them?
Oh
Or-
yeah, sometimes.
You're right. So that are you just cool with that? Doesn't bother you?
Oh, no, I love watching guys jerk off. It's so interesting to me.
Really?
Yeah, because everyone's different.
But you're not... Obviously, you have your own... Every human has their own personal preference.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are going to be, not to put too flat, fucking disgusting. So, like, I'm just saying, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
So,
are.
I told a story, and tell me if this is too raunchy. I don't know how raunchy I can get.
No,
but,
we want you to go as far as you feel comfortable with. Trust me.
it's like being
Okay.
directed again.
No, but
I
don't
tell
worry.
a story on my show that I was on Camp Soda, and I had a guy, and it's called Cam to Cam, so they can click and you can see them. And he wanted to be dominated, and like I don't dominate my scenes, but I can tell a guy what to do, like that. Now it's just fun and hilarious.
Right.
Like it doesn't get me off, but I'm a fucking mean dom. So I'm like. He's in the bathroom. He's obviously like hiding from his wife or I don't know what. And I'm like, yeah, jerk off, stroke it, slap your dick, come on the wall, come on your shower wall. And he just like blows this huge load. And I'm like, now lick it off.
Oh my god.
And the guy licks it off. I'm like, do it again. And he does it a second time. And I'm like, all right. And that's just like a normal day. And he pays, like the thing that blows my mind is he pays me to do that.
Yeah.
But it's in a weird way really fun for me. Like I wouldn't want to fuck a guy like that. But I'm
you've got an
enjoying-
interesting life though. It's
There's some
better.
novelty.
Is there a part of it that's like, well, fuck me, this isn't boring. It's a lot of things, but it's
fun.
not boring.
Yeah. Like I don't want to fuck him, but I'm having so much fun doming him, and that's why I think sex is so great. Like that's why I love camming, because I'm doing, I get to do that with those people, and like it's just fun.
One thing that I did find interesting was like the replies to your replies to him.
Oh, that everyone thought I was gonna fuck you today.
I mean,
no,
but
I mean,
to be honest, every woman on the podcast we get comments like that. So
we've had like professional psychologists.
I
come
don't
on.
think I've.
Especially
I
when
don't
it's
think I've
fuck
helped.
her, and it's
when
like
I said I was shaving my butthole, they're like, "You're gonna fuck him. You're gonna," and you got no love. No one thought I was fucking you.
yeah.
Our reputations are very different.
I don't know if you've picked up, but
We're different people.
people think of us in different ways. So anyway,
It sort of works.
it's the dynamic. So you said can't wait, and then immediately below that, someone called Faizan Boss, doesn't look like a boss, said, "Whoa, nice." And me guest house, you cam Dani Daniels, which I guess he means, do you want to come to my house? So that sort of sent me down a thought trail, which was sort of about how many weird fucking guys offer you weird
So
fucking
many.
shit all the time.
So many.
And how do you, like?
I would
'cause this
say-
guy doesn't. Yeah, I could give you a look at him. I'm not because I'm
Just-
soliciting.
I would say
How many of them look like that?
a good chunk.
Yeah, a good chunk. Yeah. Just to be absolutely clear, this
Can
is
I
a man.
see it?
This is a man wearing a cap in front of what looks like a religious building.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Very religious man.
yeah.
I have.
Do you know what I mean?
I would say probably like 80% of my fans are just cool as shit. I actually have a lot of female fans, which is awesome, and I have a lot of couple fans. That's awesome. And then 20% are just weird ass dudes that say weird ass shit. I'm like, why?
Do you think they sort of get off on it? Some of them, or some of them like think you're going to go, yeah, cool, I'll over there.
I think a lot of them want a reaction, and I don't respond to stuff like that on social media, and I think that makes them want to do it more. Like, they want me to respond. You're just a dumb cunt that sucks dick. All right, I wake up every morning and I put a dick in my mouth all day long, and then I go to bed. Like that's
Yeah.
what they think.
But you're
If I
smart,
say anything,
so they're the idiots.
like I'm sure you'll get comments. She doesn't know anything. She's just a dumb whore. That's just, and I'm like, okay. Moving, and then you'll get somebody cool, like, I love your work, you get me and my wife off every day, thank you. I'm not going to speak about things that I don't know well enough to speak about, but I can say, I was actually just talking to my husband about this, It was Japan, Denmark? What was the other one? Czech, that's
Czech
right.
Republic.
They at some point had outlawed porn.
Right.
And then brought it back, and the amount of sexual abuse dropped. Why is porn so bad? What about it is bad? Why can't you enjoy watching? What about, as long as it is two consenting adults in a safe environment, what about porn is so bad?
I think it's just miserable cunts in power, isn't it? Who don't like it.
I'm asking you now, do you seriously want an answer to that? Or do you just want to go, yeah, it's bad, and make me just go, yeah.
I'm actually interested.
I'm
personally interested in the other argument of what people say it is, because I think they're wrong. Do you know what I mean? God, if I didn't have porn in my teenage years, Jesus Christ,
you'd have been beating women up.
I would have just been creaming on every.
If she liked it,
right? Yeah.
I would have been creaming on every wall, but I wouldn't have licked it off afterwards.
Right.
Can I just put that out
I guess part of it for me is like, I understand there's a load of consenting adults, there's a load of people who are mature people out there. And I understand there's like either end of that spectrum or like the graph, there are going to be extremes where maybe porn could have been involved at some point, or if someone's not had a healthy sexual relationship with someone, maybe it encourages unhealthy sexual relationships sometimes. But then there are good and bad sides to everything.
Are you talking about in the sense of like a couple watching it?
But I guess for some people, they would get off on elements of porn, or they go down a rabbit hole on a pornography site.
There's quite brutal porn, I guess is what you mean, like BDSM, when they take it to a real far degree.
But the problem with that is communication with your partner.
That's
the problem isn't porn.
Mm.
If I enjoy rough sex, but I also know that I need to communicate with my partner about what is rough, what is too rough. What is a safe word? How to handle it safely? What I like, what I don't like. That's the issue.
And I understand that side.
But I feel like a lot of people don't communicate, and they see a porn that they like, and they don't understand that you have to talk to your partner about what is going to happen. You can't just then, I like to smack girls across the face, so I'm just going to start smacking bitches. Like, it doesn't work like that. You have to say, are you okay? Or do you enjoy getting smacked in the face? Me? Yes. But I like it to this degree. Our safe word is fucking, I don't know, hippopotamus.
I do think men watch porn and think, I'm going to try that. And
surely women do the same though, right?
But men will watch an anal scene, for example, where a woman is being well prepared before this anal scene started, and just think, just shove it right up.
I'll just fucking jam it right in.
Exactly.
No lube, it's fine. She's prepared. I don't have to ask her, because all girls love anal. No, you need to communicate with your partner. And both sides.
Do you understand? I mean, I'm not actually disagreeing with you, but then if you go to a pornography website, there's no precursor that goes, remember, be consensual with your partner when you're blah, blah, blah.
That is true.
So it's sort of like a very one-sided education.
Is a great idea for porn, is having something like that beforehand. Like Jackass. I don't know if that's a thing here. Yeah. Like, do not try this at home.
Yeah. Jackass was a global thing. Yeah.
But it's like, because there's a lot of girls who, when I've met them, they're like, we cannot do anal like at all, and I'm always like, well, why? Well, I'm not even that fussed on it, but why? And there was like, because this one guy just shoved it right in,
and there's always one bad story,
and I'm always like, you fucked it for everyone, you prick.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
You know what I'm saying? Who are these guys going around fucking it for everyone?
Stop what you're doing. Stop jamming it in.
To be clear then.
Buy some lube.
But to
lick it out first.
But to be clear then, surely that is part of... So pornography has its pluses and minuses. And one of them is that maybe it's... Because
expectations of
so
sex.
For instance, I have a cousin who did a PhD, and the title was roughly along the lines of what is good sex. Mm-hmm. And so she had a lot of chats with anyone ranging from teenage years up to, guys who are 40s or whatever. And a lot of the younger people were talking about the impact of pornography on their sex, and like how a lot of the girls, where did they get their techniques, like all these kind of things. And they were talking about how they learned it from the porn industry, but also how guys had changed their expectations because of that. Mm-hmm. And it seemed a lot like the women were much more able to balance their expectations than some of the men who were more on the side of like you say, I guess if it's anal, then just put it in or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so...
You're giving me so many thoughts here.
Yeah, good. But there's like a... What do you mean? Good?
I just thought, when you were dating... Sorry to interrupt. When you were dating like outside of porn. Mm-hmm. So you go from porn...
Remaining on the subject.
And then you meet a normal guy. Porn guys are obviously going to be built You know what I'm saying? And then you go to a normal guy, and he's probably normal, but you've been going with guys who are packing, and then all of a sudden you just got a regular Al over there.
We're professionals.
Right.
You know, like, do not try this at home. You know, like, don't go home with a woman and just jam your fucking cock in her ass, because it's never gonna end up in a good situation. It's never gonna end well.
I was more referring to, like, your expectations of a normal guy, like, because he ain't gonna be like a stallion like what these guys are. Was that a bit of a drop off for you?
I didn't really date while I was in the industry.
Okay.
Outside of the industry. Yeah. I didn't really, so I can't really.
Once
you would I?
Once you were in it, you're
why
like,
would I?
Oh, this is it.
I was getting good dick every day. Like, why would I go looking for more dick? I would just do it on camera again and get another.
So
right.
You have no experience in the porn industry, though.
No.
The husband.
Not at all. No, my husband is not involved in the industry.
No, just checking.
Can I ask? Because I mean, I kind of want to do another podcast somewhat with both of you, if that. But how did you meet him? He's laughing right now in the background.
I'll tell you, but okay, I want to finish your comment, and then I'll tell you. So I will say you are right. I do think there should be something like that. I think some of my best scenes are with kink, and I think part of the reason is you fill out like a 5-page questionnaire before your scene. What are you into? What is a hard no? What is, I don't know if you know, but kink is like a BDSM site.
Right. Okay.
So what is okay for torture? What is too much torture? On a scale of 1 to 10, rate all of these implements. What implements are on your It's fucking. You're at like a doctor's office. Like, it's thorough.
What kind of implements are we talking?
Everything from a flogger to a cattle prod. You know, from water torture, electricity, everything. They do everything. They're by far the most extreme site.
I've got to know.
Yeah, here we go.
What was the furthest thing you felt like you pushed yourself to with that? Like,
I was hung from a ceiling completely upside down with a Sibian tied to my pussy. And a Sibian's like a good 30, 40 pounds.
Do you know what a Sibian is?
Yeah, I've seen it in Howard's Den.
But I feel like I kind of wish the whole industry did that, because you go into that scene knowing everything about your scene partner, and the scene is so much better, so much safer. I think, you know, you should, I wouldn't say like go home with your partner and make them fill out a questionnaire, but definitely discuss with them what they enjoy, what they don't enjoy, what's an absolute no. And you're just going to get better sex out of it.
I guess the problem is partly with that some people are embarrassed, or that some people maybe get, like, the human dynamics are not always that kind of like, fill out this questionnaire and then I'll know everything about you.
Yeah. But I think discussing is A, kind of foreplay, and B, wouldn't you want your partner to be enjoying sex as much as you are?
I think some people would, but then some people almost don't have that emotional capacity to think in that way. I think that's part of the problem, is that it's emotional capacity.
I think it's a fun bit though to ask, like, say if you're having a drink or whatever, and just sort of casually, also, what is it that you know, and then you broach it, and then sort of download that data,
do you
use
like
it later.
spanking? Do you like what positions do you like? You know, how do you like your blowjobs? You know, are you a full dick stroker or just the tip? You know, but then the sex is going to be so much better.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
You're just the tip guy?
Pretty
He's
much.
a tip man.
Yeah. Have you know when you do these conventions? Sorry, dude. I mean,
that's good.
This is my podcast.
Because we've done Summer in the City.
Sorry.
We've done Summer in the City, which is like a meet and greet for YouTubers. And, you know, people got very handsy with Brian.
Women? Women are worse than men for me.
Yeah, when they hug you, sometimes you really get a good hug. Do you know what I mean? Women
think that because I am a woman, they can just grab whatever they want. Not every all the time, but some women. And I'm like, and I identify as bisexual. Like, I don't want a woman to just fucking grab my tits or ass without asking. Like, that is as in, you know, it's as if a man was doing it for me. But yeah, men.
What was the weirdest thing you can remember happening at one of those meet and greets?
I might have broken a guy's nose once.
Wow. Okay.
I wanted to do that Summer in the City.
I probably shouldn't tell this story.
Why?
I meet and greets, like, we do a lot of feature dancing, which is you go to a strip club and you'll do a couple shows, and then afterwards you'll do like a meet and greet, do photos, sign autograph stuff, whatever. And the stage I was at, you had to get off the stage and walk through the crowd to go to your dressing room. And I was naked, and I was being escorted by security, but I was I ended up like getting too much of a space between the first security guard and me. And this guy just runs up to me and grabs my tit.
Right.
And I'm like, I didn't even see him coming because it was like dark and I wasn't paying attention. And so I just turned and just fucking hit him in the face because I was like, I don't know what to do. It was just like
natural
instinct.
Yeah.
And he like covered his nose and he ran out of the club and I was like, what just happened?
Maybe he wanted that.
So, maybe he wanted his nose broken. I don't know. Don't do that when you meet people. Don't just grab them.
Is there not like a protocol?
We're not a petting zoo.
Is that, I guess, again, though, that sort of backs up like the whole pornography thing. Like some people might see you as an object or sort of.
Yeah,
like
they think because I do porn, they can just touch me however they want, do it. That I'm automatically going to have sex with them. You know, that I'm just a sex object 24/7. You know, they don't think. If I was to tell a guy, don't grab my boobs, a lot of guys would answer, why?
Yeah. I guess though that's part of it because some porn stars might, or I don't know what you call yourself. Some porn actresses might have.
I don't care what you call me.
Okay.
You can call me a cum dumpster. I really don't care.
Some actresses might have a problem because they want to keep that illusion that is the way that you can treat them.
Some girls are okay with that. Some girls like that. I think personally you should maybe ask them first.
Do you have any element?
Because in case you get someone like me that's not okay with that.
Do you have any element of judgment, or have you ever met people where you thought you have like issues? Do you know, like other actresses where you've met them and gone, you've got some issues that you need resolved?
I mean, like, if I saw a girl with like a drug problem, yeah, but like sexually, no. I have no reason to judge. Everyone, you know, as long as you're safe, everyone gets off in different ways. So, you know. Have
you ever, you know, you talk about like the old days of porn where, like, I suppose the impression that people have of porn where it's like drugs on set and all that. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been to a set and felt like it was like the Wild West?
No.
Like, never been.
I would never. That? No, and if I was, I would leave. But it's not like that. Mm-hmm. It's so corporate now, it's not.
Yeah, we had the guy who
in the corner.
We had the guy who started YouPorn.
He was very good.
We had the guy who started YouPorn on, and he did say it was very like businessy now.
It is.
Because what was funny about his story
We're entertainers. It's a business, you know. It's not, you know, this isn't a Craigslist ad in some back alley.
Although at some point it was.
Yeah. You know, we pay taxes, you know.
Most of you. But at some point, I guess it was, or it was unregulated.
Yeah,
and there are times where people do bad things. Like, for instance, obviously, there's the controversy about spreading sexually transmitted diseases in the industry, with people not speaking about it, those sort of things. Mm-hmm. That is like a genuine concern for a lot of people.
It is, and you know, but we get tested every 14 days, and a lot of people.
What happens in between, by the way? Sorry, because obviously not at every.
So that's the risk in the industry, is because you're working those 14 days.
Yeah.
That's why we do get moratoriums. You are putting people, you are at risk at the end. You know, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's 100% safe, because it's not. It used to be 30 days, and now it, you know, thank God they made it 14. But that's part of the reason why personally I didn't want to date outside the industry, because I couldn't imagine being the girl
that
who health risk to my partner that didn't sign up for it.
Right.
You know, that's why when I'm dating somebody in the industry, we're both in the same gene, you know, sperm pool, and we're both knowing, you know, this is on the line, and we're okay with it. Yeah. But a lot of people outside the industry don't know that. You know, we do get outbreaks. Gonorrhea does happen. Mm-hmm. You know, like
and things like, I guess things like HPV and that sort of thing are quite prevalent in the United States anyway.
Yeah, and it's not a pretty thing to talk about, but I will say it is safer than going home with some random person. And I'm pro condom. Like, I think you should wear condoms. Like, I think you should get tested. I think you should get tested with your partner. You know, be safe, because it exists. Mm-hmm. We are entertainers and we live a fantasy, but you know, we do put ourselves at risk, and there is possibility for things to happen, and they have. So
there was that one time, and I mean, I'm sure it's happened more times than I'm aware of, but I think was there a guy called Marcus or something like that who he knowingly kept going, even though. So I don't know why. Was there a reason behind that? Or?
I want to say the story is he photoshopped his test and exposed the industry.
Was it AIDS he had or something?
No, he had syphilis.
Oh.
Syphilis? Yeah. And he exposed, I don't want to be wrong and then get attacked on the internet, but he exposed the entire industry. And so everyone, the thing about it is that there is an outbreak, the entire industry does shut down, which is great. There's no shooting allowed. No one is allowed to shoot. No one, you know, it is, and it's like one of the few times in the industry that we work great together as a team, and we source, everyone that could have been exposed, everyone retests, and then it's, the business starts back up again. But when that happened, a lot of people couldn't pay their bills, didn't have a savings account. Not everyone has good money management in the industry. He put a lot of people's health and lives at risk, families at risk, and now, actually, thankfully, we have an online pass system, because it used to be, when I first got in the industry, you used to just like print out your test, like a note from your parents, and be like, my doctor says I don't have AIDS. Where's the dick?
This is mad.
It's true. And then when that happened, they're like, whoa, Photoshop exists. This is something really scary. So now we have a pass system, and directors and producers go online and check and make sure you're clear. And then you can suck dick as usual. But
why would someone do that in the first place?
Because
like
not
Photoshop?
all people are good people. Because some people are fucking rotten human beings, and they're selfish, and they don't think about their impact on other people's lives.
Yeah.
They don't think about that. They're thinking about, they want to go make some cash. They're not thinking that, people have families. There's people in the industry with children. There's people in the, you can severely ruin someone's life for your own personal gain. That's ugly.
You can treat syphilis though, as far as...
Yeah, but you're still, it's a 6-month process.
Is it? Okay.
It's still, can you imagine, like, if you can't work for 6 months.
Oh, after testing positive for anything?
If you test positive for syphilis, it takes I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but it takes 6 months to go back into the clear to be able to work again.
Okay.
For it to completely leave your body.
Right.
I bet you know a lot about this sort of stuff.
Yeah. 6 months without working.
Yeah. Not many people can get away with that.
Maybe you do a little running or behind the camera stuff, Maybe you're a light guy.
But it's a dick fucking move. So one guy can get one check. Now I can't work for 6 months.
Mm-hmm. Is there a thing called a fluffer? Is that a real thing? Because one of my mates told me about this.
No.
Is that because one of my mates told us about it?
I heard a story that there used to be somebody on set, like, instead of doing like do you know what a casting couch is? That also doesn't really exist. I've seen that, yeah. But they would, if in like the olden days, in like the 70s, if you had a new girl, they would, I don't know if this is true or not, but they said they would bring her to set, and if a guy was struggling to get hard, she would
audition, sort of
blow him, get him hard, and they'd be like, oh, she's got a great mouth for TV, and then she would get work from that. It was kind of like a meet and greet for your pussy. I don't know. So, but no, it doesn't exist.
Can we get a fluffer for the kickoff? I'm sorry.
No, again, that would be a totally nebulous thing to do.
Robert, can you pass me? I've got some Twitter questions on my phone. Can you pass it, bro?
Can we get a fluffer on the kickoff?
I don't know. It just seemed
do
like
your
a
own
good
hands
idea.
not work?
It just seemed like a good idea.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
Yes, it's called your right or left hand.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
You're an unusual man.
Cheers, bro.
I don't know what he was going to ask.
Yeah, I know. Rovan, can you get me my phone? Thank God.
No. Rovan, we're substituting you, by the way. We're getting someone else. Okay.
Do you have directors you enjoy working with more or less, or like?
I actually was a director. I directed for Brazzers and Reality Kings, and I really enjoy it. I love Holly. I'm going to say Holly Randall because she's one of my best friends, and I love shooting for her. Holly Randall.
Okay.
She's a fantastic photographer, and she's awesome. Mason shot my first boy-girl movie and my first girl-girl movie. She's great. I don't know, I guess I like the ladies. One
thing I was sort of curious of was, I don't know, so obviously we've researched you a little bit before you come on the podcast. You are also an artist.
Mm-hmm.
So, are there ever moments where you think, God, I wish I was just an artist? Or is this like, I'm not asking if you regret
You're a very
things.
good artist as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
like looking at it's really nice. It's really good art.
No, I don't regret. I love doing a bunch of different things. I like staying busy, and I'm a little bit of a workaholic, so I like it. It's balance.
You know,
art, sex.
Yeah. You say
my
work.
TV
artist
show,
fuck
my
anyway,
fashion line, my boxes.
You have a fashion line.
My coffee. I have
What's
a bunch
in
of stuff.
What's in the boxes?
You're gonna have to get one.
What's in the box? No, seriously. What's
You
in
actually
the box?
released
my wife's head.
a mold of your pussy.
I do.
Yeah, I've seen you getting the mold done on YouTube where you have it all.
Never has someone clicked so fast on the
I
product link.
actually won an award for that because I refused to have my pussy molded without a bush, and Doc Johnson figured out a way to incorporate my bush and like my shape of my bush into my toy. So
he's like he didn't know.
Is what was I going to say? So yeah, you've got all sorts of things going on, but you said early on that it wasn't work. You did this because you enjoyed it. At some point, did it start to become like, all right, this is my job and this is what I do? And can you remember at what point that was where you were like, I'm a porn star now. This is what I do. It's my work.
When I got into it, it was for fun. When I started doing guys, I would say I'm like, okay, I guess I'm on kind of a career path now. Like everyone kind of thinks that you have to do girl, then do boy, then do anal, then do gangbangs, and then, you know, they think that there's just order. I think as long as you're enjoying yourself, you should just do whatever you enjoy. But then I got to a point where I was like, I'm kind of tired of playing the same 6 roles all the time and playing someone, I wouldn't say someone I'm not, but like, I'm not a real estate agent. You know, like,
although you do sell a house pretty well.
I am a naughty housewife, but I'm not a soccer coach, you know, like, so I kind of wanted to start being more me, and that's why I kind of started shooting for my own sites and for myself. And then I just got into things. Like I was like, I like coffee. I want to do my own coffee. I like silly shirts. I want to do my own, you know, fashion line. And I'm just kind of doing what I like. And then people like it, so I'm like, that's cool. Like, thanks for watching me.
What is special about your coffee? Is it?
I do it myself. I work with Currency Coffee in New York, and I do my own blends. So I have a few different ones.
I love coffee, so we would love to try some.
I'll send you some.
Genuinely.
Yeah. I'll be your first sponsor. Oreos and like my coffee.
Oreos and coffee. He does love a latte. Like
I do like.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not sure you're a coffee connoisseur though, because the other day we had this conversation where I bought you a coffee about that size, and you went, "I like the ones from Costa," and I went, "Why?" And he said, "More coffee."
I fucking did say that. I can't even lie.
It just really entertained me. I don't know why.
How did you meet your husband then?
We met at a baby shower.
A baby shower. That's so innocent. And
so romantic.
He's walking up there like, well, this is going to be a good day.
We actually were both seeing other people at the time.
Oh, wow.
That's so romantic.
No, I know what you're thinking. It wasn't that exciting.
Were you making eyes at each other? Like,
no. It was his baby shower. That's the
My God.
We were friends for a year. We were just friends. Like, there was nothing between us. And we stayed friends for years. And then he lives in New York. I ended up moving to New York for my artwork, and to kind of pursue more of that and shoot for myself, everything we were talking about. And then he was like my only New York friend, so we would hang out. And he has a production company, or not production, sorry. He has a PR company. And so he would help me with my art PR, and we were just hanging out all the time, became really good friends. And then we had that like moment when we were both single, like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah,
makes sense, sort of thing. Okay.
Yeah,
So everyone's going to be thinking though, when you've got a husband and you're a porn star, like how the hell does that work? Obviously, like he needs to be extremely chill.
extremely chill.
But also, yeah, you need to be comfortable as well. So how did you form...
Well, you've never met my husband. He really does not give a fuck.
Right.
Well, I gathered that. Because to be him, you have to
He's very comfortable in his own skin. He's a very confident man, and he can handle it. But... he knew everything. We knew everything about each other. I think that's why we worked. Is for 2 years we were like best friends. He knew everything. He knew about my exes, the awful breakups I had. I knew about his breakups. And so when we came into the relationship, it was like all the cards were on the table. There was literally nothing to hide. So he knows everything about me, and he accepts me, and he doesn't care, and he doesn't try and change me. He doesn't try and tell me I can't do something. He's like, yeah, do it, do whatever you want. He's just there for support. He's like a partner. That's how a partner should be. I
think the idea of marriage and being a porn star going together is so fun.
I never wanted to get married.
Yeah.
That was not...
I wouldn't imagine many porn stars do.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I don't want kids. I still don't. I never wanted to get married. With him, he's just my soulmate and my partner, and like it just happens. But yeah, I got lucky. I got some good karma. I don't know. I sucked enough dicks, got the good karma going.
It's quite a sweet story, really, isn't it?
But I will say this. There is something really cool about porn, because going into my marriage, I feel like I had an advantage that a lot of marriages don't have, is that I did everything I wanted to do in a safe environment, the way I wanted to do it. So literally when I met my husband and like fucking the way my husband fucks, I'm like, you are the one. Like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. And I'm never gonna wake up and be like, I wonder what it's like to fuck two dudes at the same time, because I've done it.
Yeah. I've seen relationships where they're like high school sweethearts, and then they get to like 24, and all of a sudden they break up, and it's like, oh, because they were both wondering what it's like to go with other people, and other things happen as well. But a lot of that temptation does kick in at some point for a lot of people.
Not for everyone. Like, some people, they're together and then that's it. But some people are curious, and I'm thankful because he's older, so he's lived it. I did porn, I've lived it, and we know we are what we want. So it's kind of a nice advantage.
Are you getting to a point where you ever think, oh, porn, that'll be the end of it for me? Is there a time limit on it, or see how it goes?
As long as it's fun.
Yeah.
As long as I'm enjoying it. I'll show my butthole when I'm 50 if I look at it and people want to see it. Like, I don't care.
There
is someone in the world who will probably...
Nina Hartley's still going, so as long as...
I think that's what important. I think in porn it's important that you do it as long as you enjoy it, because when you don't enjoy it and you have to do it, I think that causes a problem.
That was some of your advice. You said, don't get into porn if you're in it for the money, that side. You do it because you love sex.
Yeah.
Do you think there are ever people who get sexed out?
Yeah, I think it could happen. I think people have gone in the industry and been like, whew, I have my feel, I'm good, see you later, thanks. And then some people stay in longer than others, and but as long as you enjoy it, just don't do it for the money, and don't do it if you're not enjoying yourself, because why?
Yeah. And why is it, you mentioned that you don't want to have kids. A lot of women might be listening thinking, why not? What's the reason for that?
It has nothing to do with porn. It's
a personal thing.
Personally, I just don't like kids.
It's kind of funny.
I just don't have any desire. Yeah. I don't know. It has nothing to do with, it's just my own.
What's quite interesting about it for me is like a lot of your public personality is built around porn and sex. So everyone associates everything back with you to that. They don't really see you as like this augmented human who's like a real person. So every decision you make, people go, oh, it must be because of the,
Yeah. Or if I say something that they don't agree with, oh, it doesn't matter.
So it must, in your relationship, it must be that you two are quite good at dealing with judgment from it. Because, for instance, there are a lot of, I've met a few guys who are either not married to a porn star, dating a porn star, or sort of in a relationship with a cam girl or something like that. And there's a stereotype about them, right? There's a stereotype, this guy's a fucking cuck, like, he just loves watching his wife have sex, blah, blah, blah. That must take some level of fortitude to deal with between you. Yeah,
I'm be honest and say, like, some people aren't okay with what I do. Some of my family doesn't agree with what I do. Some of his family doesn't agree with what I do. Some of our friends, but I don't care. He doesn't care. If you're not okay with it, that's fine, but I'm not going to change who I am. And he's my partner, and at the end of the night, we go to bed together. He's my best friend. We are in a partnership together. His opinion is the only opinion I care about. Why would I care about someone that I have, I'm not married to that person. I don't sleep with that person. I don't spend my life with that person. I spend it with my partner. And as long as my partner is okay with me, as long as my partner agrees with me, it's all Was
there anyone you were surprised was upset about you doing it?
Yeah, there are some surprises, but I don't want to.
I'm not saying out them or anything. Just
there was a couple I was like, oh, all right, but.
Do you understand their side too? I'm interested.
I'm not saying that go out and do porn and be a sex monster. Like, I am not trying to. For me, I love sex and I love porn and I love doing it. It is not for everyone, but I think what is for everyone is not living by what other people think of you and doing whatever you love as a person, as long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as what you're doing is legal. Do what you love.
Do you know what, I guess from your website, you can tell like what countries you're big in?
India.
Of course.
I have a huge Indian fan base.
Complete that sentence.
T-Series, if you're watching, we love you. Okay. Our new overlords, we love you.
They're taking over YouTube as well.
Indians are taking over YouTube.
I was dying when I saw that on your Instagram. I have a huge Indian following, and they're awesome. Like, cool, thanks guys.
Was it?
No, he's not Indian.
It's very
just to be absolutely clear.
It's just about the same.
Seriously, if we had an HR department, you would be in serious trouble.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Britain is a big one.
Britain is big.
And obviously the US is.
Yeah. Actually, like my US following, I'm actually bigger like overseas. So
taking over.
Are there a lot of? Are there any countries which surprise you?
India surprised me.
Because India strikes me as like quite a religious country, or like a country where it's like oh no, this girl disagrees.
India surprised me because I'm not Indian. I don't know why I assumed that.
That's kind of a strange, yeah.
I would think that like a Japanese porn star would be popular in Japan. I don't know. Like maybe I'm wrong, but them, that would be my guess.
You're like a foreign-looking girl.
Maybe, yeah. Like Sunny is Indian.
Yeah.
You know, and she's huge there, and that I totally. But for me, I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know,
yeah. Like Mia Khalifa took off for that reason. She was actually going to come on the podcast, but then she said she refused to talk about doing porn ever.
Is that Mia Khalifa?
Mia Khalifa,
yeah.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to. You know, some girls
just want
to. They want to pretend it didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
I don't care. You're gonna find out, so you might as well.
It's on the internet.
I have nothing. If you haven't noticed, I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
And I like living that way because it's so much more freeing just to be like, yeah, take it or leave it.
Someone tweeted in about there was a guy called James Dean who had
great actor.
Going. Apparently, yeah.
Beautiful man.
Apparently,
beautiful man.
I think he was done for.
Gone too soon.
They said rape or abuse.
Oh yeah, there was like some issue in the industry where girls came forward and
now he's coming back into the industry apparently, and they're saying should that be allowed?
But I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't. You know, I've worked with James. He's never done anything to me that I didn't consent to, so I can't comment. I also wasn't there, so. I don't know. You know, it's I don't want to pick a side because I wasn't watching it happen. Yeah,
apparently they're making a documentary about it, but I don't know if it's going to be like R. Kelly type shit.
Oh no. Oh no.
Or Michael Jackson.
I just stay in my own lane. Dick in my mouth. See you later. Thanks. Pussy in my mouth. See you later. Thanks. I'm going home. But yeah.
Unreal. How long have we been going, Robin? All right, let me check. Make sure we haven't missed any of the questions out. Right.
There are a lot of Twitter questions.
Yeah, we did get a lot, more than usual. Okay.
Were they like, "Can I have her number?"
Have there ever been days where you're just like, "Fuck it, I can't do this today"?
Like performing?
But yeah.
There's days where like maybe my scene partner, I'm like,
oh,
gotta power through.
Oh, you're like a bit. Oh, this is gonna be I'm gonna have to really try here. I'm
all about attitude. If someone has a bad attitude, like I'm instantly irritated. So if a girl had a bad attitude, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna hate fuck you today.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You're gonna love it.
We hate podcast each other sometimes.
Although it's very clear on camera sometimes.
A little too clear.
We've actually been really good recently.
Yeah. We have, haven't we?
Yeah, we're really enjoying each other's company.
What inspires your art? What is the inspiration for that?
I wanted to. I like doing portraits, and I wanted to highlight what the person of the portrait was known for. So for those people that don't know, I do pointillism, which is little dots that make something else. But instead of dots, I do letters and I do lyrics. So for example, we're talking about Prince. I'm working on a Prince where his lyrics, when you go up close, you can read them. And when you step away, it's his face.
How long does that take you to do something like that?
A long time.
Because that would be a fucking ball ache.
I did Mick Jagger, and it's about 8 feet tall, and it took me like a month and a half.
Wow. You've just been photographed by, who's that guy?
Mick Rock.
That's it, Mick Rock. What was that like? Because he's
amazing.
Didn't he photograph Queen and people like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like the man that shot the 70s. Shot, the iconic Queen photo, most of the Bowie photos. He did all of them. It was like pretty surreal for me because I kind of fangirled, geeked out a little bit.
What was it like to be photographed by someone like that?
Surprisingly easy. He makes you feel so comfortable, and he has this weird way of shooting where he'll like bark at you or scream at you or like tell you a story to like get emotion. And I was really nervous, but as soon as he started, it was so comfortable.
Have you met many like famous people now because of the job you do?
Yeah.
What's that like? How do they react to you? And
some are really cool, some are mixed. Some I don't like meeting people that I look up to because I get nervous.
This must be really tricky.
No, because the thing is,
like, what if they're an asshole?
Yeah.
And then you're
again.
Because in America, though, athletes and that, like, whenever they slide the DMs of a porn site, it's always fucking...
Oh, so many athletes.
Yeah. Have you had that,
Yeah, I'm not going to name any names, but it's so... Oh, my God. It's so funny to me when... Even, obviously, before I got married, that guys think... because I'm a porn star, which I understand, but you think because you DM me and because you do something and you're good at it that I'm going to fuck you. That makes me not want to fuck you. Yeah. I'm sure it works all the time.
I bet it does, to be fair.
But for me, like, I'm a brat. I'll be like, no, I'm not fucking you now.
Do you have, because obviously you're doing the PR, the public relations side of things. Do you have access to that? Have you ever received?
He sees all of it.
No, I don't even mean like that. But have you ever received one and gone, hey, he likes you. Fucking well done, LeBron James.
Or he just sends a fucking a dick pic back on her account like, this is mine, mate.
This is my real dick.
Mostly I just cry for male humanity.
Yeah.
Mostly I want to apologize.
I show him, oh my God, all the dick pics I get, I show him. It's like the best. I'm like, look at this one. He's like, oh my God, what is that?
Yeah.
Why are you showing me this? I'm like,
are there any
hilarious.
good dick pics, though?
I'm sure if it was shot by Mike Rock, then it would be a fantastic one. Do you know what I mean? This is my Bowie dick pic. That would be amazing.
What's a good dick pic?
There's like a
is that
penis
possible?
Stardust?
Is a good dick pic possible? Have you ever had a good one?
She works in an industry where they frame them up.
Not sending a dick pic.
This is it.
There you go.
Agreed.
You're telling me you've never sent a dick pic?
When they're asked for, that's
right.
Different. If a woman asks for it,
sometimes we're curious. I've asked.
Yeah, because
let me see what I want to see how far into this I need to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Is this worth it?
Yeah. Because at this point for you though, it probably is a bit like that. If you met a guy like before you got married, where you're a bit like, I'm used to the upper echelons.
Yeah. I need some prime cut meat here. Yeah. So let's see what you got going on. Don't waste my time.
You want the marbling? That's steak.
Fat equals flavor.
This is it.
Yeah. So just message to everyone at home: dick pics suck.
Yeah.
All
just
right?
don't.
Less solicited.
It's just not. It's just. I like foreplay. That is not foreplay. That is all the play. Like, I don't need to have sex with you now because I've seen it and I'm pretty sure how you're gonna fuck with it.
Yeah.
You know.
And a lot of people sort of blame or put porn in the same part of that culture. Do you know what I mean? Like men expecting things straight away, because porn is could be, I guess, quite an instantly rewarding thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people watch porn and apply it to their sex life.
Yep.
And B, think whatever, it's like television. Whatever they see on TV is real. Whatever girls do on camera, all girls do and all girls are into. You know? I don't like getting fucking blasted in the face with a cum shot. That is horrible. It is not my thing. I can't imagine. There are some girls that like it.
What happens?
There's some girls that like it, but I don't.
Yeah.
You know, it's just everyone's different.
But I think men and women are just different generally as well. So like with a man, when we look at a woman, we're like, love those boobs, getting us turned on, getting us excited. Maybe if I show her what I've got, she'll get excited. Doesn't work like that. You have to have a conversation and
we're
stuff
emotional.
Turns out words matter.
Right. I mean, maybe some girls like dick pics, but I feel like most women are emotional. Yeah. We want to connect.
Whereas men once we start getting turned on is animalistic, and it's like I'm pretty sure like there's animals out there that present themselves. But men, we want to do that, you know what I mean?
Right. You're like the peacock.
Yeah. This is it. Have a look.
Look at this. Yeah. They're doing a dance.
But
why is it surrounded by feathers?
Don't forget to windmill it. That'll impress her. Do you know what I mean?
I'd actually probably be impressed by that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, tie it in a bow and then send it to me, and I'll be impressed.
We've all read the song. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so that, I guess it's all sort of tied together though, isn't it? Like that kind of instant reward, like those, like Tinder and those kind of things.
What's your opinion of internet?
Everything's so instant now. Instant this, instant that, you know.
Instagram.
Do you think internet dating's like healthy? Because it's definitely changed the way.
Everything's so fast now.
Yeah, this is it.
No one's enjoying anything, and I'm guilty of it. You know, you sit down and your food looks good, so you take a picture and you post it on Instagram. You're not enjoying it. You know, you go somewhere. You know, you're taking a picture, you're documenting. You're not enjoying the moment. It's just it's so important for everyone to care about what people think of them on the internet. That's all they're caring about. You're not enjoying it. You're gonna wake up and you're 50 and you haven't remembered anything you've done because you were too busy posting it online.
Mm-hmm. I try and avoid that, like, because I feel like I spend so much time on camera that when I'm not on camera, I don't want to fucking do the whole Instagram story thing too.
I'm guilty of it, and I think it's important because, you know, your fans want to see that. But
you kind of have to do it though, isn't it? A little bit.
Yeah. But there's moments where I'm like, what did I just eat? I was so busy documenting. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
And you, sorry, I don't know what your husband's called. What was it?
Vic.
Sorry.
Husband.
Were you a bit reluctant to post things with Vic initially?
For the first 2 months after they got engaged, Brian.
What?
I read the story where you said about where you said we didn't announce the engagement for 2 months because you were interested in that.
So you were reluctant then to tell people?
I like to. It was like it was weird for me with him because I knew he didn't care. He was like, tell anyone, I don't care. You know, you can post me, I don't care. But I was so afraid, and I cared about him so much that I didn't want to unleash the internet hate on him.
And naturally, there would have been some of that initially.
People are jealous. You know, he's older. People commented, "Is that your dad?" You know,
it doesn't matter what he looked like, though, does it?
He must have money because he's older than you. It's just like all
That's
this
irrelevant
ugly...
that he's a multi-millionaire.
Billion.
Yeah,
You know,
sorry.
billions.
Yeah.
My favorite thing that he says though, when people say that, he goes, "Nope, must be the other thing."
You got a great personality.
He's got a
Huge
cock.
personality.
But I was in this like weird headspace because I was like, what do I do? You know, even though he was fine with it, I'm like, do I want to do that to him? Right. And then I was afraid, like, is he going to leave me because of that? And then I'm like, you know what? If he leaves me because of that, I don't want to be with him anyway. But when we got engaged, I waited because I was like, should I show this?
It is scary a little bit.
Yeah, like, do my fans even want to see this? Do they want to forever think that I'm, you know, a single, living my whole life, fucking everybody, you know, or do they want to see the real me? And I was, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to show the real me. I've spent my entire career up to this point telling him everything. I might as well continue it. And the response was great. You know, you always get hate mail, but a lot of people are into it. We were at AVN and someone asked him for a signature. He's like, why?
You're a fucking legend.
But yeah, and now instead of being the single hoe, I'm the naughty housewife. Right. So
it's just a rebrand.
I mean, let's be honest. It doesn't matter what the situation is. Men want to fuck a good-looking woman, so who cares?
I'm glad I'm open about it because I sleep better at night. I'm not hiding anything.
Yeah, that would probably wind you up a bit, considering how like out there you are. Generally,
having that one thing be a secret would just be weird.
Too much
to
for
me.
you.
Yeah.
Well, there's something on Wikipedia I wanted to ask you about, actually.
Okay.
The source of accurate information.
Because I did.
Must be true.
Naturally, you don't do the Wikipedia.
Are you related to Stormy Daniels?
And it was.
I know, but that's like the best question.
That was the first question he asked me.
Well, no, because I honestly, if I'm honest, I don't know anything about you.
Yeah.
So I was like,
are you her little sister? You have the same fake last name.
What's Donald Trump like? No, seriously.
Scam artists.
No, we're not related.
On Wikipedia, scam artists. So one man filed a complaint against you in 2018, claiming that you'd scammed him out of money, but then you filed a countersuit saying that he just wanted to force the case in order to get contact with you in some way. Yeah. What was that like to go through?
I get so many. Am I too far away? I get so many people that get scammed. They use my photos. I'm the perfect candidate for photos to use to scam people because I don't look like a porn star. I'm not blonde. I don't have fake tits.
And there's so many.
I feel like that's like the stereotypical look. Mm-hmm. You know, I look like I could be just the girl next door.
Exactly.
But there's also a plethora of nude photos of me online. So these people they take all my photos, and you can actually pretend to have a relationship with someone because now you have nudes of me that you can send to somebody. Yeah. They're thinking they're in an actual relationship because where else would you get naked photos of, you know? And then I get this hate mail. My husband gets death threats. It's, you know, I sent you $300 in iTunes cards, you fucking bitch. I'm like, first of all,
I'm Spotify.
First of all, you dumb cunt.
First of all, why would I ask for an iTunes card? Mm-hmm. You know, don't send people money. You know, if you want to support me, support my TV show, support my fashion, support the things I'm selling, you know, buy my porn. Why would I ask people for my, like, why?
Yeah. But I've seen even on the tweets, someone replied something yesterday, and even then you were correcting someone. The guy was like, "Oh, I've spoken to you before," and you were like, "Who the fuck are you?"
I actually tried to do that as much as possible because I don't want people to think that I'm not in a relationship with anyone. I am not leaving my husband. I don't have a sister that lives in Ghana. You know, my dad's not dead and I need money for the funeral. Like whatever else. I actually had somebody show up to a bar that I was doing a meet and greet at and hold up their phone and be like, "Who is this, Dani? Who is this?" And I'm like, that's me in my living room taking a selfie. This is your sister. She needs help. I'm like, dude, that is my living room. That is a photo of me. It's your twin sister. And the guy next to him at the bar was like, no. And they don't, once you're tricked, you can't, there's no way.
Well, you don't want to
There's nothing I
believe,
can say that they won't. Because then they'll message whoever it is and they'll say, oh no, I just had to say that because I was in public. Oh no, she's lying. Whatever bullshit excuse. It's crazy. It's crazy.
People get obsessed, don't they? Or like, sex definitely muddies the waters, or like love and all that sort of thing.
I had a guy take me to court because he legitimately thought that I had scammed him for iTunes card money.
Was this for the Ghanaian relative?
It didn't go far enough to know what the details were, but I countersued. Fuck you.
Did you meet him?
Oh,
yeah, I had to go to court and meet him.
Can you imagine how surreal that would be for him as well as you?
Oh, he didn't really. He realized pretty quick.
Oh, really? What was the look?
I think I don't know if it was him wanting to meet me or him wanting to. Or he really thought I was. I don't know what was going through his head. I didn't talk to the guy, but I showed up with my lawyer. And then I countersued because I'm like, this is not happening. I am not going to open the floodgates for people to come after me when I've done nothing wrong. Because someone stole my photos? Fuck you.
That's actually quite sad for him.
Imagine you're an idiot. That's your problem. You know what? You lost your money because you're fucking dumb and you didn't do your research and you fucking send someone money that you've never met. That is your problem.
But for quite a while, you can imagine he thought he was dating you. So then when he then gets into court or whatever with you,
the mind fuck of it,
the mind fuck of that is like the catfish, where it's like,
And now
that person's
starting to think, though, maybe I should stop sending Alexis Texas all of those cards.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe it wasn't here all along.
Although Apple sincerely thanks you for all of
that.
Donated, Who the fuck still gives iTunes cards? Like, what a fucking loser! Give an Amazon card, you dickhead.
Like, you need an iTunes card?
Yeah. That's like your grandma gives you those at Christmas. You know what I mean?
It's like the new scam as opposed to I don't know if it was here, but there was one in the US that was like, you won the lotto, send good faith money, and then we'll send you you're married, you're related to some prince. It's okay.
You can. I think if they do iTunes cards, you can get the money off, and then you can get like refunded or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So
maybe that's the scam.
Yeah, it's really smart. Yeah. Wow. That's what porn's sort of surrounded by as well, though, isn't it? Like loads of scammers, because obviously it's like a really easy way to.
I will never ask my fans for money, ever.
Unless for a product.
Unless it's a support. I'm doing this support. I would never just be like, can I have $300? Like what? How trashy is that?
Also, imagine if like your favorite porn star came to you and went, "I'm going to need $300 because would you?"
Do you need $300?
Yeah.
No,
just ask
good.
It's fine. She doesn't. It's fine.
Because the hotel you're staying in doesn't seem very nice. I've got to say.
She's at the fucking. No.
I'm
not going to say.
Yeah.
It's a nice hotel. Believe it.
Yeah.
Should be long gone by the time you see this.
So I once knew an old guy who gave me advice when I was a kid. Not a kid, but like a teenager.
That's not how you wash it. Give it to you.
Yeah, that's not what he said. But he did say like an upstanding penis knows no mercy. And now.
I almost spit my water out. That is amazing.
Yeah. Now, I took that quote to mean a couple of things. So first of all, like, if a guy is sexually aroused, then...
That was the real quote. I thought you were fucking joking.
That's
real
amazing.
Real quote.
Who was this?
Who was this man?
I don't want to quote this person.
Who was this amazing hero?
Let's just say it was someone it was a family person.
Was he fully clothed?
Yes, he was. Yeah, that's worrying if not. Yeah. An upstanding penis knows no mercy.
Upstanding penis shows no mercy.
It's a good quote, though.
It is vicious.
Although it's the type of thing I'd like to start saying before I have sex.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like in Game of Thrones sort of thing.
No, like is that there you go.
Yeah.
If a man said an upstanding penis knows no more, I would fucking run away.
Yeah.
Especially with some of the...
Especially you. I'd be like,
There will be people out there
this
using
is
it.
scary.
I'm telling you.
I heard one that was God gave men 2 heads and only enough blood to run both. Or one. I ruined it. Only enough blood of run one. Damn it. I ruined it.
Some men have enough blood for both. There was also...
Not
also,
me, though.
Yeah, so there's the other quote that if a man can control their sexual urges, then they are... that's a man who's truly in control.
I have thought in my head sometimes that this is a drastic thing to think, but
Cut
where would my life be if I didn't have sexual urges? Like, I'd get so much more done. I'd be
Jeff Bezos.
But then... I'd probably be more productive, do you know what I'm saying? But then, would I be as motivated? Because one of my motivating factors is impressing women, do you know what I mean? So, like...
That is a big part of it, like the money, the status, like, and I think that's partly why, like, the big sports stars and the big music stars go, I've done it now, like, you should be
Where's the
impressed.
women?
Yeah.
They get to that point.
That's true. It's a really good point.
Break.
It's like when you hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, that's what I said.
It is a
Where's the
little
women?
Bring the pussy.
Where are they? Wheel the... No. Never.
Don't wheel them in.
Wheel them.
No, but it's on a barrel. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. But you do
Thankfully.
get... I've seen ego in young men, and that's kind of where it goes.
Well, the reason I said that was because, like, so it basically means you're blinded by your penis a lot of the time, and so a lot of
Blinded by Your Grace was a better song, but we can rework
we
it.
can do the cover. So, like, some men are blinded by that. So there will be a lot of men out there who are like seeing pictures of you and think that is that person, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm in love with this woman. Like, I really want to give her money." Like,
There's people that that get scammed, knowing a fake me, and then realize they're scammed, and then think the real me is the same as the scam me.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, you can't
Because
separate.
there's this new
Yeah, and I'm
there's this
like,
new financial
no.
thing where men get off on being financially like humiliated by women.
Yes.
Oh, I do that all the time. It's super fun.
What,
I love-
Can you
We're
tell me
saying this
something?
shithole.
No,
We'll
but-
stay somewhere better.
No, but what would you say to a guy like who wants that? Because I don't know what
I think everyone has a fetish. I don't know. Financial domination is really interesting to me, but yeah. I'm not, look, like I said, like, as long as your fetish is legal and safe,
Yeah.
like, I don't care what it is. Everyone's, enjoy it.
Give me that
You want to
money.
give me all your cash? Fucking give it to me.
That's sort of
Tip me on Kim Soda. I don't want you to know.
But that kinda
Lick your
goes
cum
down
off a
that
wall. Whatever makes you happy.
And have you ever? I'm not. Didn't really know how to follow up with that, but I was going to say, like, have
This
you
is
ever,
the first time.
Have you ever felt bad after doing something? And
No.
sort of been, I shouldn't have done that.
No. Not if they asked for it.
Right.
No. Because they wanted it. Because they're consenting. It's not like a guy gets in the room and I'm like, fuck you, look, you're cum off the wall. Like, he's going into it.
Can I just say,
knowing,
I would like to know what so
What,
he clicks off, right, and you are sort of, because he's finished now, sort of
Feels
thing.
disgusted with himself.
I must admit
Of course
though,
he does.
that's his problem.
that 5 minutes of him just looking in the mirror, brushing his teeth or whatever, I don't know what he's doing after that. I'm assuming brush.
I'm
you
hoping
would brush
he's
your
cleaning
teeth.
the rest of the cum off the wall.
well-
or the spit off the wall.
Maybe.
With a little Windex.
What's that? Conditioner.
What's that, son?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, he was too old. No, it was his.
Yeah.
He's still living at home. He's over 18.
Of course he is.
Of course.
So yeah, but like, so I was thinking that. I know it's a weird avenue to go down, but he's come already.
You know what
Some people get that thing where they go, "Fuck, what am I doing?"
I think
Like,
so, I think that
he
happens
kept
sometimes,
going.
and then I think they come on my social media and fucking message me mean things.
Right.
Oh, really?
I think sometimes guys jerk off, and I'm not saying this is the reason, but I think this actually happens sometimes, and then they get angry because whatever, they're religious, their wife, they feel guilty, and
they
then they
blame
come
you.
and they're like, "You're a fucking whore." I'm like, all right.
Makes them feel better almost.
Yeah, maybe,
if you call them a
maybe.
whore afterwards,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I hate you.
Yeah, you're.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Do you get? I mean, you're from America. I guess you're from a more liberal state, but like, there's a lot of religious people who don't agree with pornography.
Oh, yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you ever been? You've never really wanted to be part of like a campaign to help one side or the other.
No, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you ever get confronted by people? Because there are a
I
lot
get
of
a-
like active.
Yeah, I get people that are like hateful on social media and stuff, and like there's people that are like super religious that try and get like pages taken down, and
You had
know.
your Instagram taken down a few times.
Yeah.
What was
this
that
is my
for?
10th Instagram.
10th.
Really?
You got she's got 2.4 million. That's an insane engagement. Do you know what I mean? If you want to sponsor,
She's gone. Must search the name again. She must have set another one up.
That's literally what happens with
Yeah.
porn stars all the time. We get deleted, and then like they have to go find
Wow.
a new one.
I find it really. You know how I said about like porn girlfriends when they disappear and they just go off and live their life. I'm like, well, let us know
about
where you're
me?
gonna go. Do you know what I mean? There was one called, I think she was called Naomi Russell. Have you ever heard of her? Brunette, and all of a sudden she just
Yeah, some girls just like disappear.
Yeah, if anyone could let us know.
Though, right?
And then like sometimes I'm like, I wonder whatever happened to her.
But some people get to like having a kid or something. What do you do when you get to that point?
That must be weird. What do you know any porn stars with kids?
Oh yeah.
What happens when the kids get old enough?
Yeah, like
do you know what I mean?
That's
family
I'm
industry.
not having kids.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like,
you think about like
I don't know.
hygiene and stuff, like you know you've been busy at work the day. Been a busy day.
Yeah.
And then you come home and you've got to like kiss your son on the cheek before he goes to.
Well, I'm assuming you're washing your face.
I mean, you would hope, but
after.
even still,
we're
like,
not driving home like do.
Whoops.
Yeah, true.
Forgot to clean that again.
There's
I
just
don't know.
something about-
I don't have kids, so I can't. I don't know. But a lot of people in the industry do have them. They see it as a job. I mean, it's a job.
It is a
but
job, isn't it?
Are the sets nice? I don't mean like, the sets, but I mean like to be on set, like, is it nice? Because you want it to be like a comfortable environment.
Yeah.
So I've worked on some shows where they go, have a shower here. And I'm like, I'm not fucking showering here. That's fucking
some are
weird.
better than others. Yeah.
At the point you're at now, though, you're like top of the
I'm a little
food
bit
chain,
of
aren't
a
you?
little bit of a diva with certain
Yeah,
things.
you can
Like
go
what?
on,
one thing is when I was shooting for other companies, there had to be a shower on set.
Right.
Because sometimes you would like book a warehouse because you're doing like a grimy thing, and they'd be
Yeah.
like, "There's no shower here." I'm like, "What am I supposed to do?"
Yeah. That's horrible.
Kink
But
in particular looks like
Kink looks really vicious.
a dungeon.
But it is the cleanest set. It's all paint and set design.
Is it like Saw?
It's like you could just wipe the floor and it would be like spotless. It's just made to look that way.
Yeah, it
They have
looks
showers.
like Saw.
They're very hygienic. Yeah, they're very. You can't walk. Like it's a huge. Well, they recently sold a building, but it was a huge armory, and there was rules. Like you couldn't walk around just naked. You couldn't walk around barefoot because if you cut yourself or they followed all the rules. So, but it's just
these guys have their shit together.
They are the best. They really are. They really are.
Because if my producers were looking after you guys, there'd be bloody outbreaks left, right, and centre. No offence, Boltwood. Where is he? Is
we
he
know.
here? He's
Brian's
gone.
Brian's had that experience.
See, he's gone. He's gone.
fucking
Classic.
Yeah, he's gone
Classic
downstairs.
proof.
I think his wife said, "No more for you."
She's Spanish.
Has anyone? How do you? She's not Spanish.
She's Irish.
How do you like manage your diet around this sort of thing? Because obviously you got to remain in shape.
Yeah.
But the other side of it is you don't want to burp in like bean burrito in someone's face after.
No, I always treated every day like a blind date.
Right.
You always I would always wash my hair, shave my legs, shave my butthole, make sure my
Why the
mustache
butthole,
is
though?
done.
Because if you've got a bush, why are you shaving the butthole? Because surely it's all... Does it matter?
I don't like a hairy butthole, personal preference, and I'm a
really
very hairy woman.
Okay.
I need a lot of there's a lot of shaving that happens.
Okay.
I don't wake up like this.
All right.
Yeah, so I shave my butthole every day.
But sorry, so
I want a
then
clean
what do you
slate.
eat on set? Like, what's the?
Do you have to worry about that? Because if someone's doing an anal scene or something, for example,
Yeah,
then that's really going to be
I'm talking more like garlic breath.
That's a whole nother conversation because everyone, some girls don't even eat if they're doing an anal scene because you want to stay clean, that whole thing. But yeah, you're conscious. Like sometimes I won't even eat before because you want to look the skinniest and
Yeah.
you don't want to be all bloated
And those angles will be unforgiving, I guess.
that's the thing with porn. Like I can't wear something
Yeah.
to hide the fact that I'm fucking bloated.
Yeah. We'll do it in post.
It's all out there. So you got to make sure that
You just got to find the right category. I'm sure there's some guys who are going to be like bloat. or whatever.
bloated.
Yeah.
Bloated
Dude,
food, baby.
there's a category for everything.
I'm sure there is.
I mean,
You could probably type any word into a porn site and just be like, yep, found it. Building
Yeah.
porn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Architectural porn.
what's the weirdest porn you've heard of?
Podcast porn.
What I think is weird is,
Yeah.
I don't.
What do you think's weird? Is there anything
It's
you're
actually
just...
kind of fun to do, but balloon popping,
Balloon popping?
it's a fetish.
Do you mean just like...
No, like sitting, bouncing on it,
Oh.
squishing it with your legs.
I've seen women crush watermelons and shit with the gym girls.
Strong.
Oh man, they are strong as fuck.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Thick thighs save lives. And crush watermelons apparently.
Yeah.
So...
Now we know what you're in. We're learning a lot about you.
Yeah.
Dude, this
Just
has
like
been...
watching women crush food.
To be honest, I thought
Oh
I
yeah,
would've-
food crushing is a trip too.
Is it?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
we
Like
watched
cake
something-
smashing. Yeah, there's Yeah.
Food and sex, I like to keep them.
That's amazing
Oh yeah,
because
what's
you
the
love
new
both.
one? I always get the letters mixed up, but like the crunching, like the chewing in the microphone.
ASMR.
Yeah.
Is that becoming
ADHD?
That's a thing.
Because ASMR girls on YouTube are like the hottest girls on YouTube, pretty much. So it's, I guess, in porn, it's just
porn
natural.
takes a lot from whatever's trending with real life. So if something's popular, usually you're going to be on set. You're like, okay, we're doing this today. Like spinners, like fidget spinners.
Yeah, really?
There was a girl that like stuck one in her ass, you know, because it's going to be like a trending topic.
It's not going to work in there, love.
Straight at the top of the
I think they like glued it to a butt plug and like spun it. And
Right.
whatever.
Just in case the kids are searching for that. Do you know what
Over
I mean?
18.
Get your SEO up. Yeah.
No, but like whatever. If there's something that happened, like when Kim Kardashian did that like shot, somebody mimicked it for a porn. You know, there's always they do like parodies of a lot of popular things.
You ever done a musical?
I do not sing.
No,
Okay.
but
The Book of More Men, if you know what I mean.
but they do parodies.
I actually love the Book of Mormon.
Right.
And I think Dave Thomas Brown is the best Elder Price. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
It's a great choice.
Hair flip.
What do you think? Do you agree?
Yes. I actually think The Book of Mormon might be the best musical I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you done any covers, like as in like, you know, when they do porn covers of like real movies?
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
the funniest
My
one?
favorite one.
Snakes on a Plane.
I did Kill Bill, and I had to wear a blonde wig. It was awful, but I got to do wire stunts, and the wire stuntman.
What
Why?
the fuck?
I don't know.
Unreal.
Because I had a
Well, you
budget.
need more
They're
context,
like,
yeah.
what should we do with this extra money? Wire stunt. Like, let's put a bunch of hoes on wires that have no idea what they're doing.
Put it in my bank
So
account,
my
you dumb
dumbass was like, yeah. But the cool thing was the wire guys were the original stuntmen from Power Rangers. So I was like geeking the fuck out, and they would like hoist me in the air, and then I'd be like,
Pink Ranger.
do
What's
things.
Zordon like? Oh. Yeah, that's cool.
Parodies. There was like this phase of parodies, and they were just all so bad, but so fun.
Yeah.
I remember they did Neil and Sarah Palin.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a popular one.
Yeah.
They must have counted their blessings the day that
Oh,
she came.
Sarah
They were
Palin.
like,
yeah.
yep.
Thank fuck for that.
She looks like she loves
I
getting
would
fucked.
recreate the
Politically.
Matrix.
What
the
would
Matrix.
you do? You do the Matrix?
I would like to be Neo. Like so. Like I'm just thinking. I'm Neo. I'm in the jacket, and I'm giving it. And then Morpheus goes, "He is the one." He's beginning
Is
to
that
believe.
like as you come?
Oh,
he is the
yes.
And then the interesting side of that would be the full 360 around.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
As we're mid-air.
Yeah. Also, she's
Is
avoiding
he the
your
one
cum.
that who's the guy on that like there's like a million of them? They like
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Oh, not Mr.
Mr.
Anderson.
Smith.
used to
Anderson,
make that a
yeah.
gangbang.
No, Mr. Anderson's the guy, the name of
And then
Neo.
I come,
Yeah.
and then it's coming towards her face, and,
and she
goes,
avoids it. Yeah.
and then she stops the droplets.
yeah. That's genius.
I would make that porno. That
However,
sounds amazing.
That's obviously that's
I've
one
got
of the
money.
most-
Let's commission it.
That's one of the most disappointing sides. Is people
I've got
go-
money and a penis.
Let's make it happen.
All
Now-
you need is a test. Let's do this.
That's the
If
weird
I
thing,
wasn't
though.
going to suggest a porno when you were here, then I'm never going to suggest it.
People go, now comes the cum shot, and she's like, nope.
Wait,
dodge.
the cum slut? The cum slut? The cum. What's
Call him
on
by
my
his real
mind? It could be in slow motion. And,
Yes.
and the girl could be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
avoiding
she-
it.
and it just one droplet catches her on the tit. She's like, It's like, it got me. There we go.
see, this is why I love porn.
Should we?
It is parody.
I feel like
I feel
that's
like I think. Can I just say, like, the other side of it is that people tend to frown on porn or look down on it because they feel like it's like they don't like the way it reflects on some of society. They don't like to look at the reality of society. And this is what I sort of got from what was the YouPorn guy called?
Oh, God.
Dude, we've done over 100 now.
The
Come
guy
on.
who did Crazy Taxi or whatever. Fake Taxi.
Oh, fake
Crazy
taxi. Oh, I love
Right.
fake taxi.
Yeah.
It's such a great format, I'm told. So
They're selling that taxi, but apart, not talk about scams. Someone's auctioning the taxi off.
Who would buy that?
It's not the real
not the
taxi.
real
So he's had to
taxi.
come out and go,
Dumb
"You
fuck."
stop bidding on it. The bids went up to 60 grand. He's had to come out and go, we're not, this is bullshit. This isn't a real car. It's just a fucking taxi.
Why
It's
do
not
you want
even the
that?
real
Do you know
one.
how much cum is in that?
Yeah.
well, that's partly, I imagine, why the
Someone
price
just
is
wants
so
to
high.
roll around in it like
Just
a dog.
lick it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Lick
that,
the window.
No, it's
That's
your
what I
mate
found-
from the bathroom.
It was quite insightful talking to him because he was talking about how people clicked certain parts of videos and like you could see what people were searching for.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some people don't like it because it's like it publicly reflects the way that people feel internally.
What people are
sometimes.
getting off on behind
Yeah.
closed doors. Is
And
a
like
bit
people like that quite
uncomfortable.
private because there's like, especially in England, it's
But they're
like
not saying the
unsoaped
person's
sponge.
name.
No, but I mean like
They're not saying like John Smith enjoys gangbangs.
But it's
you
still,
know?
it's still like a broad reflection, though, of society that people are like so many people go on porn, and it's such a big thing. It's such a big industry. I think some people just don't like how it reflects on. I don't mean that from a judgmental standpoint. I mean like that worries them. And
yeah, but it's the truth.
Yeah, exactly. So they just don't want to face up to it.
So maybe they just don't want to hear the truth then.
Whereas it seems you take the opposite route, where you're sort of like, look, I accept that this is what it is, and we're just going to say it, which I do find that quite interesting.
If you hide in a bubble and you pretend that things aren't what they are, how are you going to evolve as a culture? You know, no one watches MILF porn. Yeah, that's like the number one most searched term.
No one likes pissing on Russian whores in hotel rooms, right, Donald?
I wondered where you. I was like, wow, Lawrence revealing out of nowhere. Yeah. My first porn I ever watched was lesbian porn.
What's that?
They were like from the future, like the year 3000 or whatever. It was terrible.
Oh no!
And when I say
wait, was that my porn? Because
No.
I've done a porn like that.
Really?
Yeah.
But like when I say from the future, it was just like a really bad like CGI type, and they've got like shiny reflective clothing on because that's what everyone wears in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That was the first porn.
That
was the choice. That's what you clicked on.
It was on TV anyway, and I was like 13.
Right.
And I was just like, wow.
Do you have like a weird sci-fi fetish? Now?
Definitely not. But now that I've mentioned The Matrix, maybe I don't know.
We're learning a lot.
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe. But that was the first one. Can I just say,
one.
I'm not going to be Chewbacca in a Star Wars porn remake. Get that out of your head.
You could do that with a girl with cum in her mouth.
And call her Han Solo.
This has been a good chat.
Darth Wank.
Yeah, I've enjoyed this. Should we wrap it here and maybe do another one when you're next?
Ask your final question. No, that'd be
Oh yeah, I can't forget it.
Yeah.
So I'd like to ask everyone one final question. Well, actually, I'm beginning to do two. Okay. So, first one: if your life was a movie, ironically, what would be the turning point in the middle of the movie for you?
Oh. Meeting my husband.
Lovely answer. Last question, and I mean that sincerely. What last question would be? How would you like to be remembered?
For doing what I love and not apologizing for it.
You have so much in common.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to say the answer would be you just don't give a fuck, which I really rate.
Yeah, which is like a more fun way to say
I
what
prefer
I just
that.
said.
I rate that. So it's been lovely. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Well,
We're Bush Brothers.
Can we get you both on next time, mate?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Right, well, we'll do it.
Yeah.
There we go.